Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Rideshare Garage. It's me, Vinny Cuz, with the man himself, Jeff from Uber Jeep AZ. What's going on, Jeff? How we doing tonight, brother?
Brother, oh, it's all good, man. We got a storm here again this weekend, so I hope the video works out.
Bro,
We
you
got
were
a
showing
storm
me
up here.
those clouds. I was like, dude, that's like that's what it looks like when we get one of them hurricanes and tropical storms approaching
Oh
us.
yeah, and it's snowing over in California right now with Steven. He's got snow in California, in San
Bro,
Bernardino.
I saw that. I saw one of
Yeah.
his shorts today, and he's like pointing, he's standing there in a t-shirt like this, talking about it's snowing. Look at ice. And I'm like, the whole time I'm thinking, ice, snow? Oh, hell no.
California,
In a
man.
t-shirt? No, wait a minute. It's too damn cold for that, man. I'm a
And I
Florida
tell you,
man.
I
We
lived in Vegas for about 20 years, and I would go out there to California all the time just to have a break. California does not get snow. It just don't happen. So I'm like, what's going on out there? Pulled
what
up
was that
west,
song? What was that song? It never rains in Southern. That lion ass is now, ain't it?
California. Yeah, man.
Yeah, go
Pulled up.
ahead. See, there you go. You got the fresh mic going tonight, and now you're
Hey,
gonna shine on with the song. Come on,
I've
man.
been I've been digging all these YouTubers and YouTube, man, and saying y'all been truly helping me get this live thing together, get my setup together with cameras and mics and lights and because people don't understand we are not YouTubers, we're drivers. That's what we are.
That-
We in these streets every day. So all
That's
of this
right.
is new to us. We don't know how to, we're not professionals at being online trying to sell you something. We professionals at being in these streets telling you what's really going on out there when it comes to that money. That's what we're professionals at.
I mean, and that's one of the things I want to get into tonight because I think it's a real I think it's a real topic to talk about because when we do rideshare, we're limited to what rideshare can give us, right? The only revenue stream we can get out of rideshare is a payday from a ride. That's it.
That's it.
Like yourself, Eddie, Steven, Kiara. And by the way, y'all, Kiara's gonna be in the house tonight. She is gonna be in the house tonight. I am waiting on her because
Yeah.
she got some big stuff coming. She's got some good news coming. Let's see. Fritz is Gangster Squad. Wes is here. Bro, let me tell you something. Big shout out to Wes. I'm gonna give Wes a big shout out. When
Oh
Eddie and
man.
I go when Eddie and I go live in the morning to do our trading thing, Wes is there.
Yeah, Wes is up. Wes is
And
up.
he's hustling and trading and driving. And then when we come on tonight, Wes is there.
Wes
And
is
he's
up.
still on
I'm
the
telling
road.
you, man.
Big shout out, man. Big
He's
shout
out here
out.
in Arizona with me. He's in the community next to me. So I'm
Okay.
in Tempe and he's right in Mesa. Now this guy will make money in Mesa like nobody I've ever seen. Mesa is not a high money spot. It's old money. It's money from back in the day. So a lot of people got real big houses that are worth like, eight, $900,000 that they paid 80 grand for back in the day. This is
Right.
old money, big money. And Wes is out there killing. He sends me screenshots of some of his stuff, and I'm like, I used to look when I first moved to Arizona. I lived in Mesa. He's out, and I know I'm like, man, there's not a lot of money out here. So I said, I'm gonna go Scottsdale, this and that. This dude knows that market. He is banging out 2 G's a week, working like 45 hours every single week. And I'm like, how are you doing that in Mesa? Dude
Right.
is smart. He is very smart. He's very smart. But I was like,
Uh,
hey, is it?
Well, I tell you, and Wes knows about he knows about trading. Like he
Oh,
he
really?
he hit me up. He hit me up to a little something last week I was ignoring because it's not a particular stock that I enjoy trading. I haven't had a lot of success with it. But he put a little rabbit in my ear on the live stream, and I said, you know what? Okay, let's go take a look. I spun over here to the gear to NASA control,
That's
right?
you.
NASA
Yeah,
control over here, right? And I looked it up, and yeah, my man helped me make a few dollars
man.
in this thing. So hey, shout out to Wes, bro. Loving you, boss.
Hey,
All right,
West,
yeah,
West
we
is
got
very
uh
good.
we got Looney Adumi saying it snowed in his backyard, and Temecula. I don't, man, bro. Don't ask me to say these California names. About an hour north of San Diego. Now I ain't trying to have that snow, bro. Do
No,
you know? Hey Jeff, do you know in as long as Florida has been Miami has been around.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got to put that in quotes because I don't want
Okay,
to piss nobody off.
let's
But
hear it.
since Miami's been around, it's only snowed one time down here. And a lot of people
Yeah,
like
this
it's
year for
oh,
mine,
it's only snowed one time.
that's crazy. In
It
the
was
history of Miami.
in the history of Miami. It's only
Wow.
snowed one time, and it was January 17th or January 19th of 1977. I tell people this story, and then when I tell them the story, they're like, "Ah, he's full of shit." I say, "Fact check me. Google that mess, and you'll find out for yourself."
People have seen
Right? Sure,
like frozen
sure enough.
oranges and stuff like that. We've seen frozen
Oh,
oranges in Florida, but not
yeah,
as far south as Miami. That's way
bro.
south.
Snow. I remember I was walking out. That was when you could walk to school, right? I was in
Yeah.
elementary school. You could walk to school, and I walk out the door, and I see it on the front yard. I said, "Oh, it's snow. What the hell?" I'm like 9, 10 years old. So I run in the house. I'm like, Grandma, it's snowing. It's snowing." You know what my grandma did, bro? She turned around, smacked me in the back of the head, and told me, "Take my ass to school. It ain't that cold outside."
That's how we grew up right there.
"Stop. Take
Hey,
your ass
wait,
to school. It ain't that
look,
cold."
hey, Thomas is up
Sure
in
enough.
Michigan. Hey, wait, we got a question. It says something about do we get paid more if it rains? Like would the rates increase in rain or snowy weather? Personally, I think it surges more when it rains because more drivers get off the road.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
with market saturation, we talk about it a lot. Market saturation, you're not going to get a lot of surges. But the moment drivers get off the road and don't drive, oh, you're going to get surge because you got the demand of the people needing rides, but you don't have the same supply of drivers. So I think you can make more money driving in rain. I don't drive in the rain, but a lot of people do, and they do well. I mean, $400 the whole time it's raining in like 5-6 hours, killing it.
Well,
What up, Ron?
is that Ron? That's not
It is
Ron.
I. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yep. Prove that
What'd
you're
you
not
say?
a
Nope,
How you
can't
caller.
hear
guys
you.
doing?
Nope.
What'd you say?
You cannot hear me.
Yeah, I can hear
What's
you.
that?
I'm just playing with you. Yeah, I can hear you.
You know what?
Is Ron saying something? I can't hear him.
Ron is in the
Yeah,
house. I am
I
here.
should have, man. I
I'm
should have
here.
got
Bro,
in on the joke. I should have
I
got in
can't.
on the joke. I missed it.
I guess I got to read lips because I still can't hear him.
No,
Yeah.
seriously, you can't hear me?
What did
Hey,
he say?
Moose said the same thing. Yeah. Moose
I'm
said
sorry.
Jeff.
the
Jeff
same
can
I
hear
hear
me,
you,
but
Ron. Ron, I hear
oh,
you, bro. You know I got.
you know
Come
what,
on, man.
man?
Come on, man. Come on, man. You like a
Y'all
toast
all
in the
right.
machine.
Y'all gonna mess with
Creep,
him. Y'all
Can
gonna
I,
creep.
mess
can I
with
jump
him.
on that question? Can I jump on that question about the rain?
Let's hear it. Let's
Yeah,
hear it.
sure. Go for
All
it.
right, so on my Instagram page, I had this is last year, like in like the end of July. I mean, we were raining in Miami like crazy, bad. The surge rate or the
And there he goes.
Ron's back.
dollar
Hold on, man.
Damn, I'm good.
Wait a minute.
amount.
What
All
do we
right.
think about Ron's camera?
So while he's frozen, there you go. There you go. So while he's frozen and Steven's making the meme, right? I just want to put a quick shout out. Yeah, and Eddie talks about it in his ebook.
Hey,
And I
everybody
went
need to
ahead and
screenshot that and put over the top. At this moment, he knew he fucked up.
bro, I almost downloaded that today on my soundboard, but I didn't do it because I didn't. Oh my god. Oh my
And it was
god.
at this
Bro.
moment.
And it was at this
And you
moment.
should Photoshop a passenger behind him, and that was at this moment. He knew he
That was
fucked.
at this moment. No, in Eddie's book, man, if you scan that QR code up to the left-hand corner, that's one of his harvesting strategies. That's what
Yeah.
we all do, man. Wait a minute, is Stephen frozen too?
No.
No, I just
Yeah.
switched screens.
Nope. You're frozen
Nope,
now. You're
you
frozen, bro.
frozen, bro.
I
We got
switched
two.
screens.
Now
Oh,
you're
there he
moving.
is.
Okay.
Okay, now he's back.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
switched
I got
screens.
I got to catch up. I got to catch up on some of these comments, but
So I
nope,
wasn't
I
able
don't.
to add it to my channel because I guess since the stream already started.
All right, did
Yeah.
you what? How do you make out? Ron, go ahead. Finish what you were saying about the rain, bro.
Sorry about that. The my because I'm by the internet. It's just that it got weak. All right, so basically this is July like the 23rd. I mean, Brickell's crazy. It's flooding. It's flooding. There were
I remember
trucks,
that. I remember that.
and it was national news, right? I think we even showed it on this on the
Yeah, you had
stream,
waves running down Brickell.
big time. I'm in my Impala now. I'm in the Impala. That car was driving through the flood. You know, I didn't want to destroy it, so I was like, let me get away. Let me go west of Brickell, get
Yeah.
away from the
Right.
water. But that night was a $250 night for 3 hours.
Yeah. Hey,
Ooh.
somebody just said they just made 2,000, and one Lamont said 2,000. I believe that because
phenomenal.
what these I had some crazy hours where I've made like $189 in 1 hour. I have it on a video. It was $189 I made in 1 hour. And that was like it was starting to rain that day. They gave me a $72 surge on a like a $50 ride was one of my rides. I have it on one of my videos. I'm gonna find that thing. It was crazy. Yeah,
All right, who's out there
Who's
working?
doing that?
Who
that's
that?
Steven.
What's
That's
the new
Steven.
That's
Brandon?
my bad.
Steven's
Is
trolling.
that Brandon
Yeah.
Is that
again?
Brandon?
You can make
That's the new
2,000
Brandon.
in 1 day in a snowstorm. I
That's
believe that because in the rain, I made that 189. It was about an hour, 17 minutes fast. I made $189. I think you can do better in a snowstorm because
Yeah.
nobody's
Well,
gonna be
and
driving.
then Lamont's up there. I think it was like Delaware or someplace like that. So I know he's up in the he's in
Yeah.
the cold, man. He's in the cold in the
Yeah,
wintertime.
they're gonna entice you to get out on that road. They're gonna throw some surges out there for you, and people are gonna tip you pretty
Maryland.
well
God
too.
damn it, I'm trying to remember.
So,
Was it Connecticut? I think it was up in that area somewhere.
yeah,
Here's another one here. It says, well, Mark Cleveland says we should get a Facebook group. Ain't that funny, Jeff? We was just talking about that before we went live tonight
yep,
about
yep.
Facebook. Yeah. Hey, listen, Mark, man, go for it. Maybe some of these other guys that maybe Steven or Ron,
Yeah,
if they're on Facebook, y'all go for it. But
yep. And
but
plug our
not me,
channels in
bro.
there because we can help people get there with that money, man.
But I'm not on Facebook, man. I've been off
Me
Facebook
neither.
for so damn long now. I wouldn't
Yep.
even know how to play with them kids on there anymore, you know?
Hey,
Yeah, I
so
wouldn't know how to do it, bro.
Is Keek? I know. Is Kiki coming
It's
on? I
Kiki.
know I saw him.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was
Because you
coming.
know what's funny?
I
She
knew
mentioned
that was
as I was
coming.
getting on here. Hey, because Kiki and I spoke. Kiki and I spoke, and she told me.
I knew that was coming.
She
I
told
knew
me. She said we got to get on a live. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to get on this thing on
well.
this other device.
Don't feel too bad because I saw Wes and I was like, damn, if Wes is there, then I gotta show up.
bro, Wes supports us like,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
keep saying one morning or one night, I want to get Wes on the show with us. I really do. He knows
Definitely,
it. I
definitely.
know it. And yeah, man, we got hey man, he's
I
a real
call
one.
West Mr. Mesa. The dude figured out a
Oh,
He's a
market
real
that
one.
is hard to figure out, very hard to figure out.
They're in
But
the
he
Grand
figured it out.
Rapids, Michigan.
Grand
damn,
Rapids,
Grand Rapids. All right.
Michigan.
Oh man, Thomas. That's my guy right there. Thomas is cool.
All
I
right,
got it.
we got I got to move to Miami, Philly here. Very cold today.
It was like 86
Sure.
today here in Texas.
If
It
you
was
listen, bro,
it was a gorgeous day today. The sun set very nicely at 6:50. Gorgeous sunset.
it's 75 and clear out there.
Yeah,
It's,
phenomenal.
it's like
It's raining
62%
sideways
humidity.
right now.
You know,
Arizona's raining sideways. This rain hitting my garage door.
it's beautiful outside. All right.
Mhm.
Let's see. Depends which snow you mean. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, welcome to Miami, bro. I mean, it snows down
Hey,
here
Mark,
every day, all day, 24
hey,
hours.
Mark, old school. He know what's up. He old school.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Joe
Look,
Blaylock's in the house. Welcome,
With
welcome.
snow.
Joe.
Kiara Ron's here. He's waiting on you now. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. Hey, but by the way, I'm telling you, I got a buddy of mine that he drives the Tesla, and he's always making over 400. In my market, he's always making over 400, but it's the rental.
Yeah, Eddie, you
The
got the music
favorite
fest
rent.
coming up. You got
Can
the
I say something about the Tesla? May I just jump in real quick with the Tesla? I'm in it right now. You guys can see it. I'm in the Tesla right now. Right. So, I'm still trying to figure out how. Now I could do the 3 a day. Like my weekends, I could do the 300 a day on the weekend, like Saturday and Sunday, $600 for the weekend.
Yeah.
Now I only did it one time. I did $450 one time on a Sunday. How is your friend in Austin making about 400 plus?
He works
I can
early,
see it.
very, very, very early in the morning. Okay, very early, about 4. He runs until about 8. And sometimes he'll either keep it going or he'll take a break like I do. But usually he does his time really early in the morning. All right, and then he just rides it through like without shutting the app off. You can't shut the app off, and he'll run it the full 12 hours.
Yeah.
But is he only on Premiere or he's on all of the ride types?
I don't know. I don't know how he does it. Sometimes if it's really slow, I used to always bring it down to X. Again, you should know if it's surging, the harvesting strategy. You don't want to do Premiere. You just go back to regular X, and you just keep declining till you get a good ride. Um, but he does it almost the same as me. But again, I'm telling you, he's got to pay almost like 3 grand for that car. So I
How?
think that's why
I'm
they're giving him the
paying.
ride.
Did y'all see my video? I paid $19.59.
for the
Yeah,
month,
well,
right?
that's you in Florida. Here in Texas, it's different.
Damn, they really charge you guys up there. And I mean, maybe I wish that rate was over there for you guys because I'm gonna be honest. That was for the month. I made 11K. I was able to pay some bills off, lower some debt because I got
Yeah,
this Tesla rental. Like it,
yeah,
and
correct.
again,
Keep
like
it.
I said, uh, you inspired me to get the rental. You actually
Yeah,
did. You
yeah, it's
inspired
good. I'm
me.
telling you. Yeah, it's really good. Freaking cool as
So
neighbor.
Yeah.
I
thank
Yeah,
you.
mean, in
but with
markets with Premiere, it's much
You're
better for
doing you're
sure.
doing the 30/20 rule, right? Steven knows this. You're doing the 30/20 rule, right? 30%. You're thinking about a charger at 20. You better be on your way there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm at 25. 25%. I'm already at a charger.
Yeah.
That's the
All right.
lowest I
Hey,
would go.
real
25%.
real real quick, let me give a shout out to Miss Linda because I
Oh, hey,
really
Miss
do.
Linda.
Hey, Miss Linda, we ain't seen her in a minute. She says one of her friends
Oh,
passed
yeah.
away. She's
Oh,
not
so
feeling too
sorry.
positive to drive. We're sorry to hear that. But listen, know our love and our thoughts and our prayers are with you because
right.
you're like Wes. You're a ride or die, and we appreciate you. All right,
Exactly.
go ahead, y'all. Go ahead, get talk
Maybe
about
it'd be good if she went out driving. She can like talk to some people instead of holding it
You
in.
Yeah, but she was talking about. I did a video last week about people that don't speak English when they hop in our car. So if you haven't seen that video, it's called Lyft language. So take a quick look at that video. Trust me, people that don't speak
This,
English do not
lift
bother me
language,
at all. Trust me.
like
I
this.
talk to people,
They
Jack,
just
because I
say
go to
this.
the Asian market a lot. I'm always trying to learn new Asian phrases, anything quick. I try to learn it because that's going to help you because it shows that you're trying to reach out to them just to be a more complete human. Like I said, there's too many languages on this planet for us to speak one. There's about
Amen.
200 different languages, and we speak one. I mean,
That's that's
Americans are
that's
very slow when it comes to being, a complete human, and we're kind of arrogant. We think, oh, we're American. We should only speak English. The world is so much bigger than America, but when you look at the globe, America's really little. So think about all the languages outside of that little bitty
oh
place
yeah.
we call America.
They didn't call it the 12 tribes for nothing.
Man, and we got an international airport, so people are always landing here. Habla queso, talk one cheese. No, but I'm always trying to learn new languages because when people land at that international airport, I have no idea who's getting in my car. At least I want to know left, right. I want to know house, this way, that way, just stuff like that. Basics about driving. I don't have to have a full blown conversation with them, but if I can just know, if hey, do I make a left here? Do I make a right here? Are we going straight? Are we picking up one person, two people? Just basic like words like that. I mean, you can go, it goes a long way and you'll get dropped some tips all the time.
$5, $10. That's my language.
And it's all just you just trying,
English,
just trying to reach
Spanish, and green.
yeah, because we got a lot of international people in at the airport here. So I'm quick to be like, okay,
Well,
what language am I on today?
here's my thing because
Thanks,
Miss
Moody.
Linda's bringing this question up too. Real quick, Thomas Lyle, he's up in Tampa. What up, homie? Um, what do you guys think about drivers though that
PK's
don't
nuts.
speak English? My driver that took me to the airport did not speak any English. Now, Ron, you remember down here that was a problem at the airport, and they were putting
Mm.
Big
people off the
problem.
platform because there were drivers that didn't speak English. And
Big deal.
apparently, if you're in the rideshare business in Miami, you're supposed to be able to speak English, which is kind of counterproductive, Ron, if you think about it, because Miami-Dade
I just
County
passed the test.
has, yeah, Miami-Dade. Well, listen, because all legal documents in Miami-Dade County must be printed and posted in triplicate: English, Spanish,
And
and
Creole.
Creole.
And Creole, yeah.
And that
Really?
law's been around. Oh, that law's been around for like
That's been
20
around a
years.
long
In
time.
Creole.
That's
Yeah.
the county. Yeah,
Yeah, well,
Creole.
because
Like
we have a
what's the
large
Haiti?
Haitian community. We have a very large Haitian community. So, you got to be respectful to those folks too that are just learning. But
Yeah.
I can tell you this, Miss Linda, when because obviously Miami, Fort Lauderdale, we're the gateway to Central and South America, all of the Caribbean, Western Africa, all of Europe. Hell, we even got Ukrainians and Russians partying together at Lick. You know where Lick is, right, Ron? You know where Lick is? Bro, that place scares me when I pull it. Ain't too many places I pull up to that makes me nervous. And it's
I've
in a
been
nice
near
part
there.
of
I've
town.
been near there
It's
one
the Russian
time.
mafia.
I've
It's
been
the
there one
Russian
time.
mafia in that joint.
Yeah.
Okay. And at any time, anything can pop off in that joint. And it's nice. But anyway, they always tell me, bro, we're so glad you speak English. Because now we get to practice.
Yeah,
Because when they come
that part.
from South America, they're there and they learn English. They're required to learn English. And so when they get here and it just so happens that maybe their driver is speaking Spanish, they don't get to practice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but
right.
It's like
I want to
Chinese.
let me respond to Miss Linda. So, I'll tell you, that happened to me today. This happened today actually. I had a premiere from Collins and 40th at the Confidante to Miami Airport. So
Okay.
I live Hollywood. I live by Hollywood East, and it takes me about an hour to get to work. So I put the destination filter down, and I'm only on Premiere in the morning. I don't use Comfort or anything. But anyway, the guy that got into the car, he said, "Oh my gosh, you speak English." And let me tell you guys this: many of my customers that I pick up are not necessarily locals. They're not local people, and for me, even on the X platform, I
Yeah.
haven't had a lot of non-English speakers. But there have been many times where they say, "Oh my gosh, you speak English," because what I've heard was, and this happened to me too as a passenger when I was with my ex-girlfriend. We were going out, and even though the guy had his phone in Spanish, he still couldn't understand where he was going. And a lot of the people that I picked up had the same issue with that. Because I'm gonna be honest, Vinny, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I mean, down here, the same way how we want to go ahead and learn Spanish, the Spanish folk here may not want to dive into the English language because maybe they don't even need to. I
Well,
mean,
see,
they gotta.
that's
Yeah, but to
yeah,
do
yeah.
business, you have to.
But no,
No, not in
hear me out. But
Miami. Not in Miami, bro.
not in Miami. Hear me out. Hear me out, bro. Hear me out. They have a mafia of Uber drivers. All right,
I
of Uber
believe it.
drivers,
Yeah,
rideshare drivers, whatever you want to call them. Black SUVs making 15,000 a month.
I
All
believe
right,
it.
because they got somebody at the helm who run it. Say, hey, here's a car for you, whatever, and go make that money. And they don't have to speak to the person. They take it from A to B. So down in Miami, man, you speak Spanish, you can live here. We have
Oh yeah.
Hialeah.
Yeah, and I would prefer, immigrants that come to America, I would prefer that they come over here and get a job versus be so stressed out that they got to turn to crime. So if driving is the only thing that they could do, then drive. I mean, I just got to get from point A to point B. If we can just communicate enough for you to get me from my house to the grocery store, that's all we need to do. So I would rather you make that money, become a driver, learn broken English. I can learn broken Spanish, broken Japanese, whatever, and nobody has to turn to crime just to get by. And you ain't got to steal just to feed your kids. You ain't got to steal just to keep a roof
Exactly.
over your head. So
Exactly.
language is a barrier to create poverty. So let's erase these poverty barriers and open up to say, hey, you know what? We understand that America is a land of many languages, a land of many people, a land of many, locations. And I've never been somebody said, well, if you're in America, you should speak English. I'm thinking there are too many languages on this planet for us to be so stuck on one language. It's crazy to me that, like, my son grew up in Japan. He was out there for 12 years, so he could speak Japanese and he could speak English. So to me, to want to learn Japanese, I could communicate with him in a way we could sit in a restaurant and say some stuff that he wouldn't even, nobody else would know what we even saying. Because nobody's gonna go that extra mile to learn Japanese. We just know it.
Yeah.
So you could be learning code just by learning Spanish. You'd be like, hey, why are you speaking in Spanish, Jeff? You're American. I'm like, speak what you want to speak.
I
Languages
know
are
Spanish. That's
and
it.
I know
I know
Spanish.
I
Yes.
know English and Spanish. That's it.
experience. I get clients that say that they're so shocked to find somebody that speaks English, and they're like, I've had several different drivers. They're coming from the airport, they're actors, they're whatever, and they're just so shocked to have somebody driving them that speaks English, at least here.
Yeah. And that's the thing,
I just got yelled at. God damn it!
What happened?
Gotta be better, bro. I gotta do better, dude. I gotta do better. I just got
Oh,
yelled at.
Sergio, sure, yeah. And by the way,
You know what?
Kiki's ebook is on the QR code on the top left.
So it said
Yep,
up here
yep,
that somebody scanned the QR. It tells you somebody scans the QR code when they
Yeah.
do it.
yep,
Thomas,
yep.
Thomas, I believe. Yeah, Thomas. I know I got the ebook. I bought it last week, so I'm gonna do a review on one of Kiki's channels.
Kiki,
Or her
Kiki,
chat.
keep my money. Kiki getting rich.
I'm gonna do a review on one of her chapters in my market to see how her book works in Arizona using basically. I'm not gonna use any of my own strategy, 100% her strategy on one of her chapters and see how I come out. I'm gonna do it.
Ooh.
Well, y'all do know if you're into Uber Eats and DoorDash, Kiara has been working on this book for about 2 months, and we've all seen it. And I'm telling you, I don't do Uber Eats or DoorDash, but I know Jeff does. I know Eddie has done it in the past. Just by what she has said and spoken about on here, on our channel, on the Rideshare Garage Live, bro, you'd almost be
Hey,
foolish not to get it. Let's
yeah.
just put it that way. You're gonna be leaving money on the table like Eddie does every morning.
I'm gonna tell you, people pay
Ah,
$dollars a year to go to college, 30 G's a year to go to college, to make $35,000. You can invest $20 into this ebook and probably make about 60, 70,000. So it's like you gotta look at the economics behind it. If you can make
All right,
$60,000 a year doing Uber Eats, all because you bought a $20 book, hey, knock yourself out. Go for it.
All right, big shout out to Thomas Lyle. He scanned both Kiara's ebook and Eddie's $5 ebook. So there you go.
Kiara,
Like
can I
There you
can
go.
I
It goes
can I
directly to
hey,
Kiki's
hey, I
ebook.
gotta get a ring for Kiara so then I can maybe marry her and then
whoa,
You have a Rideshare garage.
That's a lot of that's a lot of Uber Eats books.
It's
Kiki.
a lot of each books. I'm like, hey, you
Yeah,
know
that's,
what? Come on, Kiki. Kiki getting
Kiki,
rich.
how many books is that, Kiki? Does that come with a discount?
Listen,
For real.
The
listen,
ebooks?
her car only sleeps one, Ron. Her car
I'm
only
telling
sleeps.
you,
Hey,
man.
listen, I got the Tesla. I got the Tesla around too. They got they
The camping mode. The camping mode, right? You
Wait a
got the
minute.
camping
Wait
mode.
a minute. Wait. What are y'all gonna be holding hands outside the windows?
I know it. I know
maybe,
that's
maybe,
That's funny.
maybe I'll charge my car up while she's gassing up.
She might like you more if you put your order in for the Cybertruck.
All right. So I
Like,
guess next week on the program, we will now start with matchmaker, Uber and Lyft driver matchmakers. We should
Hey,
do that,
hey,
bro.
I
Somebody
think
should
you
do
should.
that.
I think you should.
Somebody should do that, bro. Start a matchmaker program. Not anything like, hardcore relationship wise,
yeah.
but putting drivers with other drivers, like a
You
Tinder
should
for
make it a
Uber.
game. Make it a game.
Oh,
Swipe
Make
left,
both
swipe
drivers.
left, swipe left.
Yeah, but see, make both drivers be in different parts of the city. Make them set on destination filter and see if they can end up at the same restaurant.
You know what? That's good. That's actually real good.
Hey, Kira said Ron's going to be looking for the EVRVs next week.
all right. So Kiki's QR code is on the top left, and then my QR code is
Put you guys
Oh,
together.
man.
Hey, Joe
right
said
there.
he's QR code challenged. So put it in.
All right,
Put the
so
link in the chat.
SoFlo asked Kiki, how do you do food delivery on high rises greater than 20 floors? She's not here to answer that at the moment, but I can tell you this: she don't.
She don't do
You don't.
She don't do it, bro.
Stay
She
away
stay
from
away.
You
She
don't
stay
do it.
far away.
I'm telling you,
The
in
same
that
way
book,
that I do.
check it out. Call the app Lift Love. Hey, Kira,
Love.
stop giving away the secrets. Stop
I'm
giving
telling
away the secrets.
It's the ebook.
Lift Love.
Lift love. Oh wow.
Listen, Lyft
Lift
stock's
Love.
down under $10 right now. They need to be doing something. See,
We
I
gonna put it
wasn't
on
joking,
TNT
South
Network.
Florida. SoFlo, see, that's easy. She don't.
Yeah, she don't do that at all. She's residential.
Strictly residential. And I'm gonna tell y'all when y'all read a couple of chapters out of that book, you'll see why. You'll be like, wow, this girl makes
Yeah,
a lot of money.
by the way, my ebook is just like pictures and stuff. Okay, her ebook goes into a little bit more detail.
Picture pages.
Mr. Gambit. You see them Uber
Yeah.
match. Did.
So
All right, so Miss Linda says something else that happened to me going home. I got charged 2 different prices from Lyft. Taking me to the airport was 57, but to get back home it was 38. High demand, maybe. Yeah, you think you'd get a discount? You think they would, right? And
Oh, yeah, sure.
They don't give us nothing, man.
Yeah.
Here you go. Can you put a link in the
Uber
chat?
used to give us
Yep,
discounts
they're
as a
there.
Yeah,
driver.
I put them up there. I put them
So,
up there. I got mine up there. I'm gonna put Kiki's back up
no,
again
he
just in
wants.
case.
Yeah, no, he wants a link. He's QR code challenged. He says.
He wants the link.
So I know I already
Okay.
got Kiki's link. I'm gonna go back and find Kiki's link.
Yeah,
Here's
can you
Kiki.
put it on your chat on your
There's the Kiki.
yeah,
There's Kiki's link. You can find it in the chat.
but not
Uh,
in this. Can you like click on it from the chat or no?
all
Hey
right.
Wes, all you gotta do is say ASU numero. That's it. ASU numero.
Es su número.
That's what is your
Trust
number.
me, if
ASU
Uber matched
numero.
Uber did not like that, they would make sure that every driver gets 3. Yeah, you ain't lying. You ain't lying about that. All right.
And it's-
Yeah, new Jay, you ain't lying, bro. Lyft stock is, bro, it's bad, dude.
It's
It's bad.
bad.
It's bad.
I don't know what they're gonna
So,
do.
so Flo, you live near the beach with a bunch of high rises. Are you down in Miami? Yeah, you got to be down in Miami with the high rises. It's rough down there, bro.
yeah.
That's the only place I
I
can think
got
of.
because you got a bunch of guys with the scooters. You got a bunch of guys with the scooters down there.
Oh, hey,
And if you got high
I had a
rises,
ride. I had a ride the other night. Took me down into Brickell, right to the Mandarin Oriental. Ron, you know where I'm talking about. And
Yeah, Brickell.
so I'm sitting there on Brickell at the light, and this chick got this on this little scooter with her big old DoorDash bag on the back, right? Got her phone mounted on the handlebars so she can see where she's going. Here's the problem. She was eating Burger King at the light
Yep.
while she's riding the
Yep.
scooter. And when the light
What?
turned green, she never stopped. She was still eating that damn burger while she
That's
pulled off on the light. I'm like, you guys got to be kidding me.
Yeah, man.
Oh my god.
All of the fast food restaurants and restaurants in the downtown Brickell, South Beach area, they are waiting outside of it. There's a group of them, just like a gang. I call them the Uber Eats gang, just sitting out there.
Yeah. Next time I get down there, I'll go ahead and pop the camera on because y'all got to see it, bro. All right. So I know out in Arizona, Jeff, you went someplace one time. It was like a diner or something you went to. I'm pretty sure that was your video I was watching, and they had a bunch of bikers. Got the
Yeah.
Harleys out there to chop. That's how these cats are packed and stacked, 10, 12 deep on the side of the street.
Yeah.
And they're not parallel with the sidewalk. Oh no.
They're sticking out from the
They're
sidewalk.
backed up. They're not pulled in forward. They're not parallel. They are backed up like what you want, punk.
Kick one over, they all just domino effect.
What? Oh my god. All right, here's Kira's ebook again. Oh,
It's Linda.
he's in Sunny Isles. Okay, I know where you're at. You're in Sunny Isles. Man, at least you ain't downtown Miami. I know Sunny Isles can be tough, but bro, if you was in downtown Miami doing those, there you go. There's your 20 plus, 30 plus, 40 plus, 50 plus condos and high rises. It's
What you
crazy
gotta
down
get
there.
is get you a high capacity drone with a clamp on the bottom, fly it up to their floor and drop it off on their balcony, and say, come out on your balcony and wave your arm so I know where to send my drone.
Yeah, right.
Sit in the parking
All
lot
right,
and just drone their food to
Actually, that's not a bad idea, bro.
them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go up no elevator. I just sit in the parking lot and just drone their food to them. It's like,
Tariq's like, guys, when
Yeah.
you guys are on Uber Premier and hit the surge,
love
now
Miss
you add
Linda.
another driver mode such as Comfort Electric, Uber X. The
Yeah, the
earned
search
surge amounts
disappears.
disappear.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know. They do that. Yes, I know they do that. It's
They
if
group the
there's a
surge.
if there's a surge, what I do is I keep it on my highest tier. I keep it on Premier. I go to the search. If you pick anything up and you don't get to the search, don't worry about it. It's gonna be a high-end ride. All right. But once you get to the search, and if it's it's gonna be a really good search. All right. Automatically go down to your lowest tier once you're in the search, because what happens once you turn another one on, then your search disappears. So you might not, whatever you had automatically disappears, and you catch whatever you're sitting on.
Yeah, they group the surge. So if you're on Uber Shared X and any of the comforts, They and XL, they will surge together. You turn off all the basic rides, the X and the comforts. You turn on XL and Premier, they surge together. And if you turn Premier off and X on, and like Eddie said, you are not absolutely in that surge area, you're gonna lose it. Happens every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
When you switch, make sure you're in that area, and then go down to X, and then grab the surge at the same time. And they've been baiting, but you try to grab it, and it works really good during rush hours and big events, because the surge is there for a reason. They're not beating
Well,
you.
Rolando says he's seen a scooter on 995 one time at night. People, man, I see him all the time, bro. This is why I argue with Brandon, why I'm not going to sit down in Brickell when he wants me to go down there with a damn para app, right? And just sit and, bro, no,
Nah,
no.
it ain't
I
I'm
worth
stay
gonna,
it.
up
you know
here.
what? Hey, you know what? I since I'm gonna soon enough I'm gonna get my phone. I'm gonna try that. Let me try the power because I'm in Brickell with Premiere, so I could be that guinea pig to try it out.
Right? All right, hold on a minute. I got to give a big applause to Miss Linda. We do appreciate it. The $3 super chat. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Miss Linda. We appreciate you.
All right,
It'll be
here's
my
Eddie's
time.
ebook. Somebody was looking for the ebook, so we got his ebook. I'm too broke for Brickell.
Yep.
You and me
Yeah.
both.
Scan it with the
All right.
phone, with the camera phone, and then the link will pop up on your phone, and then that's it.
All right, Miss Linda. Thank you, baby. Have a good night. I hope you feel better. Melvin's in the house. That's one of you Texas guys. San Antonio
There
in the
you go.
house. All right, drove eight. So one of the topics I wanted to get into tonight. All right, looks like we catching up to. Damn, I got another. We got a man. Miami, South Florida's all in the house tonight.
Oh, we got a bunch of Miami in the house. All right, all right, all right.
We got Miami in the house, bro. I got to turn it up for him one time.
Pow.
Hey,
Miami, the party town.
Y'all
Hey,
ain't know that, man. I used to spin on my head when I was a kid. No joke.
Somebody was
it's
asking
funny.
me how much
I used
money
to
I
spin on
made.
my
with,
head when I was a kid. I'm afraid to try. I'm afraid to try and pop lock now because I might get stuck in that position. And then y'all see me on the video like this.
Like, is this screen froze? No.
Yeah, we don't want to get stuck like that. So one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight is why did all of us here, why did we get into YouTube? Like what uh you know got us so attracted to YouTube that we wanted to start our YouTube channels. So anybody wants to go first, go for it.
Well, I got started in YouTube. My son, he was 12 at the time, and he's always on YouTube anyway because he's a video gamer. He's got a gaming PC. He does all this gaming stuff. So he's like, Dad, you should get on YouTube because you do a lot of car repairs all the time, and there's always car repairs on YouTube. You can help people out. I used to run my own garage. So when I started Uber Jeep AZ, well, first I had, the regular J Watts account. It was a YouTube account. I had a few motorcycle hacks on there, motorcycle repairs. When I started driving Uber, I did Uber Jeep AZ, and I started doing more Jeep mods and Jeep repairs, doing fun rides, just putting the stuff on YouTube just to see what would happen. And I mean, I got like 60 subs like real quick. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So, and he was like, yeah, just keep doing it, Dad. Eventually you'll do well. Don't worry about it. And like I said, that 12-year-old told me to get on YouTube, and that's why I started it. That was basically.
So what motivates you though to keep going?
I think just
'Cause
some
we've
of the
learned-
comments I see. Yeah, some of the comments I see, especially on some of the repair videos, the comments I see on some of the videos where people feel like, down. And they say, I was down last week. I didn't know how to make money last week. I decided to do a discipline that I saw in one of your videos. Stay disciplined. I was cranking out $45 an hour all day. And people say I was never doing it. I was always $22 an hour, $17 an hour. The moment I started being disciplined and just saying, I know the money's there if I just hold out for the money. And it lets you see that you are improving other people's lives through just a digital means. And that's pretty cool to me, just to sit around and see other people taking care of their families, going on trips they've always wanted to take, buying shoes they've always wanted. Say, man, I always want this $100 pair of shoes. I worked 3 hours one day and I was able to buy it. Just cool stuff like that. It was like, I like that, keeps me going. Just knowing that I'm really, really helping other people live a life that they know they deserve, but working a traditional job never helped them get to that level. They were always in the hole, always living check to check, always, a paycheck behind, playing catch up and borrowing money all the time. Now they're like, dude, I just stayed disciplined. I feel like I'm getting ahead. This is the first time I paid my bills all month, and I've got $900 just sitting here. I ain't never had just $900 sitting here, and
Right.
it feels good. You slowly start building up like that. You go from 900, 2,800 to 4,000, 11. You just stay with that discipline. The next thing you know, you sitting comfortable, and you can take a week off, take a month off if you need to go overseas and visit family overseas. You could do stuff like that.
I heard that. All right. I want to give a quick shout out to Melvin. $330 on Hump Day in San Antonio.
All
Money,
righty.
money.
Getting that money, bro.
Thank you, Melvin. Thank you.
All right. Let's see where else we're at here.
Vinny, I don't know if Vinny. Well, hey, did you put that up? Oh no.
Hey,
hold on. I'm trying to get to the question.
Melvin,
305. Another 305 in the house, bro. I'm loving it. So and so Eddie, so let's talk about this because you and Kara both have ebooks.
I don't promote it as much.
I know, but Jeff and I are behind the times. See, Jeff and I, we still we take bones into our hat. We shake it up. We throw the bones on the ground, and that
That's
tells
it.
us which way the wind is going to blow. We're old school.
Oh my
We
gosh,
old
you
school.
that old? You're not that
Bro,
old.
we got,
Hey,
bro,
I'm
we
telling
got
you, black
stone
magic
tablets.
works, man. Voodoo works.
Hey, well, I ain't messing with that voodoo. No. I draw the
voodoo
line, but
driver.
I am talking about. I am talking about throwing chicken bones, ain't I? So I might know a little something about it.
Exactly.
But like Eddie. So the question was asked in the group, and this is what I love about our group. We're so transparent with it.
Joe.
Eddie put together that book. It's made $1,546 in the ebook sales.
That's money. That's
Wait, how
money.
much? How much?
And I don't.
Wait, I didn't hear that number. Say it again.
Oh no, well, no, it's not that big. 1,546.
I said
That's
1,500.
Yeah.
That's a
Then
good
your
number.
ass speaks
No, no, no.
English.
I thought maybe he understood you as like 15,000. So I was like, no.
Oh,
It'd be nice,
1,500.
but no. Yeah,
Oh,
Well,
that's
1,500.
if you made 15,000, you'd be on the New York Times bestseller list, then, bro.
Shit.
But
Yeah.
I think your book is awesome. I've read it,
And
and
it's this second year in a row over 100K. Well, this year I killed it big time because of my ebook sales.
So
And,
but what got you into YouTube? That's what I want to know.
I was trying to piss people off. That's what it was.
Really?
Yeah, in literal terms.
They talking that
So,
smack.
yeah, so I'm making money. I got the Tesla. I'm the only one driving. I'm one of the few people that's driving the Tesla and using it for Uber. Worst case scenario, we got to make money. Everybody's getting furloughed, shutdowns is happening, and even if you quit your job, where are you gonna go? Nobody's hiring. So I started doing Uber, and I was asking for advice because I'm banking. I'm making $2,000 a week, like consistently. I just kept making it, and I went to a Facebook group. And the Facebook group, I was like, hey, this is how much money I'm making. Is this good? Is this bad? Is this only temporary? Is this like season, whatever? What? I don't. I want to know something. I just wanted to be ready for it because my car payment was $666, and everybody's losing everything. So I'm thinking homelessness. I'm thinking I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit it. And I got the kids.
Sorry about that.
I was being attacked left and right. It's like, oh, why are you showing off and all that stuff? I was like, motherfucker. I was like, I'm not trying to show off. I'm just trying to ask for advice.
Exactly.
Right.
They kept going. Next thing you know, I was like, okay, you think that's bad? I was like, watch this guy on the YouTube channel. Now he's posting his strategies and he's asking people from other states to come into our state. And then there you go. And that's how the whole thing started. Because they were afraid that I was going to bring people in from the outside. I was like, well, I really don't care. People need to make money. People are losing everything right now.
Amen.
And
Amen.
so with Kevin saying that we were simping on the ebook princess, when you play this video back, you'll see that when Melvin did his super chat, I actually did an applause and said, what's up, Melvin? But a conversation was going. So I did give Melvin love, and I gave it to him a second time
Absolutely.
because he didn't see it the first time. So Melvin got two
That's
love.
what I was trying to do. Yeah.
Kev, don't even try that, brother. I'm already on it.
I was given and Melvin, I appreciate you. We all appreciate you. And it's hard to keep up because we got the conversation going and we got the comments rolling. And believe me, we love it and appreciate it all. We'll get to it all as we can go. All right. So Eddie, so what pushed you to make the ebook then? Because the ebook is a whole different ball game, you know. Oh, and real quick, Beyond Nines, nah, bro, I ain't got no ebook, man.
He
What's
should
an
write
ebook?
one.
I don't.
Six six six.
What's an ebook? I got I got two stone tablets in the back of the Cadillac though. You know, I can hand those out, but I can't duplicate them. You know what I mean?
Well, you shoot.
Go ahead, Eddie.
Just don't tap.
Well, the ebook was that people were asking the same questions. Hey, how'd you do that? Hey, how'd you do this in the chat?
Right.
So, and so me trying to write the strategy down became a bit of because it was the same thing over and over again, but it was long what I was trying to type.
Right.
So for months I was like looking, I was like, how the hell can I write an ebook? Because people told me to write an ebook on it, and I didn't know what to do. And then boom, just popped into my head. Okay, let me see if this is the most stupidest thing that I could ever think. I was like, let me take a picture of whenever I see this on my phone. He's like, this is exactly what I do. So I snapped a picture of it, and then on the bottom of it, I put a description. It's okay. When I see this on my phone, I do this. Okay. When I see that on my phone, I do this. And then when
Mm.
I see that on my phone, I do this. And I was like, all right, look, $5. $5. Go ahead.
And you know what?
Drown
That's
yourself.
fair.
Huh?
But that's
Man,
that's fair because your marketing when everybody was against what you were trying to do, you know what they say, right, bro? And this goes for the entire group, and it goes for everybody that's watching tonight. At first, they laugh, then they talk shit, then they ask you how you did it, and then finally they ask you for a job. That's real, man. That's a
real.
hundred
That's
percent
real.
real how this goes.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm gonna
And
tell you,
and then I did it the first year. First year doing it, and the strategies are still the same right now. Still the
yeah,
same right now. The only difference in between this year and last year is that this year I got income coming from my website, from my ebook, from my AdSense, from my affiliates, and all those things add up. Which we always encourage everybody to do exactly the same thing because just look at Lyft right now, man. They're like, what is it, like under $10? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nine
I
nine
mean,
ninety 992. I think they
what
closed
happens
it.
when they go? Does everybody else lose
that's it.
their Lyft
Bro,
privileges?
I have no idea. I mean, it's gonna be a tough deal.
So,
If
Yeah,
so
every,
but
all right,
hey,
so
Kent, yeah, 666 for my car payment. You wouldn't like the damn bank couldn't round the damn payment off. You know,
you got the
it
devil.
was, yeah.
so so the question is, does Uber Eats
Sergio.
require insurance on a scooter? And while we're here, let's get one time for Sergio. Sergio has joined us. He cussed me out in the
Sergio.
chat,
There you go. Sergio in the
but I,
house.
but I, but I gotta warn you up front, Eddie. You're not allowed to say orange and purple.
Okay, no,
Ah,
it's
You
it's
can't say
green and
orange.
orange, green
You
and
can't say those
orange.
two colors. You
And the
can't say
green,
those two
oh,
colors.
okay, I cannot
You
say when
cannot.
green
You
crosses
can't
over the
say
orange
green and
line.
orange.
All
All
right,
right.
I
And then
promise I'm not.
look at Kiara. What's this woman doing, man? What is
I
she
told you
doing?
she got money. Listen, I
she's
told you
going
she's
nuts
getting
over
rich.
here. Hey, she's nuts.
I'm gonna get that ring.
But I'm gonna tell you something about gig work. In gig work, there is no training manual. The only manual you're gonna get is from drivers that have been doing this in certain markets. That's the manual you get. And sometimes buying somebody's ebook is the manual you need because these apps are gonna pull you in, chew you up, and spit you out unless you have good mentors and somebody in this game that knows how this is going. Too many people come in saying, oh man, all I got to do is work a ton of hours and make a lot of money. If that was the case, then why were people saying they wanted $15 an hour to be the minimum wage? I mean, they should have just said, just work more hours. Why do you need $15 an hour? I mean, just work more hours and you make more
And
money.
don't worry about overtime. We ain't
Yeah,
gonna pay you
nobody says
overtime
that.
either. Don't
Yeah,
worry about
nobody says working
overtime.
more hours makes you more money. This is about valuing yourself, knowing your value, knowing who you are, knowing what you're worth. You don't go tell your attorney, I'm not giving you $150 an hour. I'm going to pay you $25 an hour, attorney, but you just got to do more hours in legal. It's like, no,
Right.
nobody does that. So don't think
Beyond
working
nine.
more makes you, a more valuable person. It just means you're working yourself to the bone for less. And that's basically what these apps love it. They love that because they're like, hey, if you work 12 hours a day every day, we got you. We'll give you $20 an hour. You can go get a job for $20 an hour. For the first 8 hours, you're gonna get $20. For the next 4, you're getting $12 an hour extra on that 20. So now you went from 20 all the way up to 30 for the next 4. So you just made 120, 120, 240. You're not seeing that in the gig industry. People are just
No.
running straight $20 an hour for the whole time, and it's like you're burning yourself out. You can't do that. That's why mentors are important in this game, so you can be efficient. Nobody wants to work, double time. And full time is 40 hours. I love 40 hours. That's just me. I love less than 40 hours. That's just me. If somebody told me, Jeff, I want you to work double time every week, I'm gonna laugh at them. That's just what it's like. No, doubt it. Oh, we're gonna pay you more money if you work double time. No, you're gonna burn me out if I work double time.
And eventually it catches up to all of us. It
Oh
does.
yeah, I'm trying to be efficient.
Let me say this here a bit about the Uber and Lyft. You know what Uber and Lyft did for a lot of people? If they were really business minded, and I wasn't like that in the beginning. I was not that like this in the beginning. I wish it was. It allowed people to be in the business and create an economy from it. There's a lot of people who could mentor you. Facebook groups have been made. People have made books. The Rideshare guy has made a book. I think it's a great book to have, a great read.
You ain't say nothing about that book till Sergio showed up. Man, cut it out.
Hey, I talked about this book before. You just don't. Stop hating. Stop hating on the Rideshare guy.
Cut it out.
People. Oh my gosh, people have been doing audio books about rideshare, about what you can do, mentorship payments. You want me to mentor you? My time, you pay for my time. YouTube channels. I mean, even though they'll spit you out, if you took this and made this into a business, I would say, even though Uber, we don't like what they do, there's some things that you could pivot and actually make an economy from it.
Yeah.
And I'll just tell you what, especially if you're coming into this thing right now, great that Kiara has done this ebook. I mean, people are now buying her ebook. She just put it up last week.
Yep.
Yeah, but also you got to understand too with Kiara though, she started right. She's in the car life thing and doing Uber Eats to make her ends, right? And from there she's pivoted out. Now she has a virtual full-time job. Plus, we've been on her to get the ebook going, but she's put in the work for that ebook, just like Eddie put in the work to create that ebook. So you can't just come into the space and think you're going to put together an ebook. You got to put in the work and have the experience. But once you're there, then you got to push it. And Beyond Nines asked what the new guy. Beyond Nines asked what Ron was driving, and Ron is actually he's not a new guy. He's just a ghost. Yeah. He's a ghost.
Where did Ron go? Does Ron know that he works for Alto, right?
Yeah. He's a full-time Alto
does he know that I'm talking to the CEO on Friday? Maybe I'll put a good word in for him. So
for Alto.
Oh, look at Sergio. All right. Here's a question.
There's going to be a curveball.
Here's a question for the group. As Sergio said yesterday, the companies are using behavioral modifications on all drivers now that ebooks are written to help drivers, both Uber and Lyft, modify. Interesting. I didn't catch the show last night, and I didn't get a chance to get to it today, Sergio. But I know that you sent me that whole story on the behavioral modification like a month ago. And really, you think that they're actually paying it? You think they're paying attention to our ebooks?
I don't know about that, but all I know is they're definitely they have enough employees, let's say, to work on the mindset of the driver. So,
wow, interesting.
Yesterday's show may have been like top 10. Actually, it was like one of our best. It really was.
Then as soon as we're done here, I'm going to go. If you guys don't know Sergio, he's from the Rideshare guy, and he broadcasts every Tuesday night, occasionally Wednesday nights. If Chris has a hot date, if Chris got a hot date, or if Buffalo moves to I don't know, Saskatchewan and becomes the Saskatchewan Bills, they got a great show. It's called Show Me the Money Club. And their website, there's full of articles and stuff like that. So you guys go check them out if you don't know about them. TheRideshareGuys.com. Excellent group. All right, let's see what else we got here. Thomas Lyle.
About that whole behavior thing. I believe the apps are doing that, because that's why we always say teach the apps that you know your worth. Like the algorithm is learning how you drive as an account holder. They're knowing what you take and what you don't take. They're pushing you away from places you want to go. Like I said last week when I I made a video about me just shutting my app down after $250 because they kept sending me at 2 o'clock in the morning to these shady areas in a $50,000 car. They know I don't drive in that area. So if they don't want me to drive, or if they think the market is saturated, want me off the road, they're going to keep giving me what they know I don't like, seeing if I can get it. Because if they keep giving me what I like and I get paid too much money, guess what? They're going to lose me. Because anybody out here that pulls a lottery ticket for $1 million is not driving tomorrow. So therefore, if somebody wants you to stay employed, they got to keep you hungry. They got to keep you low paid. They got to keep you right on the brink of going into a realm of poverty that you don't want to be in, and that keeps you working. The moment you're making too much money, that's the moment they lose control over you. And that's why they don't like all these ebooks. They don't like drivers that make a high dollar amount per hour, because we're showing people how to be more efficient and how to work without, breaking out $80 a week. 80 hours a week. They love 80-hour-a-week drivers because they're like, dude, we can rely on that person every day for 12 hours because that's that type of person. They're not making a lot per hour. Me, if I make $100 an hour, I'm working 4 hours a day, and that's it. I'm not doing more than 4, because why do I want to wreck my car? Why do I want to risk getting carjacked? Why do I want to risk anything on these streets? I've already made $400 a day. 5 days, I just made 2 G's. I'm like, I'm good. I'm out. They don't want that. They want drivers who stay broke. That's how they manipulate the apps.
But you have,
that's every.
but you have the chance to make $400 because you drive the higher platforms, right? So when you don't drive higher platforms, you have absolutely no chance to do those numbers. And 90% of the trips are UberX. So you guys got to like mention that here and there, because positivity is for us is the best thing, obviously, but also reality is something else, right?
But we have a chance based on your old videos. You said if people stop turning their apps on, the surges will pop up.
Well, we did it. We proved that many different times, but I'm just kind of cautious that when people listen to a lot of negativity, right? And then they jump out there and say, okay, I'm just going to be positive. And then unfortunately, with the positive and negative reinforcements these guys have upon you, which they do. Trust me, I've been researching this before we did the segment for a month. And I've spoken to plenty of psychiatrists and behavioral scientists. And what these guys pull, the way they play the game, is for the average driver, not you guys. You guys are all been vaccinated with decline garbage and know your worth. But millions, that's honestly, that's what the guy said. Who actually, there was I got an email one day like a month ago, and the guy goes, I've been watching you for 2 months. Can we talk? I'm like, yeah, I guess. I'm thinking he's a driver. The guy goes, I don't even drive or do deliveries. I go, then why the heck are you here? The guy said, I'm a behavioral scientist, and I've been watching it, and it's fascinating to me that you guys don't pay any attention into the positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, why you get a quest, why you get a less quest next week because you just completed an 80 trip quest, why after every 7 trips you're throwing a cherry to keep you in the game just like a slot machine. You guys don't talk about any of this stuff. I go, no, because I don't know anything about it. He goes, well, let's talk. So anyway, after a month of him making me understand how these companies create the colors, the bells, the whistles, even the ping sounds or the trip radar sound, actually he said DoorDash is the master at this, because then they put diamonds into the map and they put this, and it's no wonder that the top levels at Uber and Lyft are called diamond and platform. It releases endorphins in your head. That you think you're really achieving something without getting nothing out of it, right? Yeah. So anyway, we talked quite a bit, and to me, it was fascinating that there's about 10% of all these companies' employees are high-end behavioral scientists, psychiatrists, psychologists, social workers, and you wonder, it's such a simple business. It's picking up point A, dropping at point B, or picking up the food point A, dropping at point B. Why? If you guys notice this, every week the app goes through changes, colors change, sounds changed with the maps, the way they do the maps, the boost zones and all these things, that they're constantly moving it around to make sure that you stay in the game, because An average Uber X drivers or standard drivers lifespan on the platform is about 8 months, and 80% quit after 8 months. So they want to keep it maybe another month, but to them that's a huge deal, as opposed to them going and spending billions of dollars in marketing to onboard new drivers, because the turnover is so high, right? So if they keep you 1 more month, 2 more months, they're going to get more out of you in those 2 months than them paying somebody $800 to get on the platform, right? So it's all tied into this mind game that everybody is playing. And I think to me, it's like the most important thing that for drivers to understand, that you're literally in a casino in Vegas, pretty much.
Yeah.
And sitting in front of the slot machine, and right about when you're about to leave, the slot machine will throw you a couple of cherries, and you go, okay, now I got the pattern. Now every 8 pulls, I'm going to get the cherry. But then the machine goes, no, you're not. Maybe now I'm going to change it to 16 pulls. But then now you're just so hyped up and so full of endorphins that you go, oh, okay, this is 8, this is 9, this is 10, 11. Oh, screw this, I'm about to leave. Boom. And the slot machine knows exactly how you're going to get turned on and stay on the system.
Yeah.
So this to me is the most important thing. We're going to talk about this quite a bit going forward. And I think that's what he said. He goes, maybe you don't know it, but there is like a saying on top of your head. I go, yeah. He goes, well, guess what? He goes, that's the rule. That's the antidote. That's the vaccine.
Yeah.
That's why I was fascinated, because you didn't even know what you were putting up there, but what you put up there is actually the path to success for a lot of drivers, as opposed to them just being played as part of the game. And like you said, Jeff, it's like a meat grinder, churn them, burn them, and then you just get the next one.
And I'm going to expand on what Sergio said, because not a lot of people realize that Robinhood, the trading app, was actually sued for the gamification of the app, making it look too much like a video game. And that's what these apps are doing. This is serious business. This is money. People are $100,000, $150,000 a year drivers. This is serious money. So when you start using an app to gamify something, that's illegal, because it's like fraud in the inducement. You're inducing people to do something as if it's a game, but it's serious. You got families involved, liability involved, accidents involved. That's why Robinhood got sued. All the bells and the whistles and the cartoons and all this, and people are investing all their money, losing tens and thousands of dollars on gamification practices.
Because everybody at heart is a gambler, right? We all have that gene in us, right? Some people get addicted to it, some people don't. But this is an addictive thing. Like, if you guys get off the apps for a month or two, even if you're just on the street walking around or sitting somewhere and you hear the app, the pings sound, right? You're like a Pavlov's dog. You just jump and you go, oh, I got excited. I heard the ping. It's not even your phone.
It's Brendan.
So,
That's Brendan.
Or it's Ron.
I did a video about that, about the addictive nature of rideshare. I did a video about it, because people get addicted to it because it's in you. And once you start hearing those sounds and seeing those colors and seeing things like that, it triggers you. It becomes a mental trigger, and now you're behaving a certain way. Yeah. And they know that. It's all behavioral, man. It's all behavioral. That's 100%. What it is. 100%.
Well, my dad told me years ago, before I left high school, and he was a very firm, stern, and disciplined man, especially when it came to us kids, because we was knuckleheads. He said, if you ever go to work for somebody, no matter who it is, always remember one thing. They're going to pay you just enough to bring your ass back tomorrow.
Yep.
And if people just remember that little saying, no, I don't care who it is. If you're working for somebody else, they're only going to pay you enough so that you have to come back tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And then when you're going from 4 hours, when I first started making $150 in 4 hours, $200 in 5-6 hours, right? To where now I got to, if I were still on X, I'd have to be out there a lot longer taking those $3 rides, because it's going to take me twice as many $3 rides to get to that 150 for the 8 hours, or, whatever. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Yeah. You got to work longer to make the same money we was making 5, 6, 7 years ago when I first started. They pay you just enough to keep you coming back.
It's just what Sergio said. I used to work in casino for 20 years. There's a difference between playing the nickel slots and playing the $5 slots. You have a high limit area. The high limit area pays out more frequently, but more people play. in the lower limit area because that's what they can afford. The casino makes a killing off of nickel slots and quarter slots and dollar. They make a killing off of that. The high limit areas where you got your $100 slots, your $500 slots. That's where they want those people to stay in the casino because it keeps that money flowing. But the lower people are paying for all of the stuff that the casino has.
Yeah, but Sergio, this little colors in psychology that they're playing doesn't seem to be working because Lyft is really down there, their stock.
Well, we talked about that, but that has nothing to do with the driver behavior. That's just because it's a horrible business to be in. It's nothing, the drivers are there doing it. So, okay, like let's say, what's negative reinforcement, this guy says, right? He goes, we always complain about if you decline 5, 6 in a row, they will throttle you. They will not send you any more trips, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's that's throttling, quiet ghosting, or whatever you guys want to call it, is negative reinforcement. They're saying there's a slap on your head. Don't do it again, right? But then the positive reinforcement is going to be, okay, it's like, let's say you're training a puppy, right? Every time the puppy does something right, what do? You give him a treat to reinforce that, So every time you take a $3 trip, hoping the next one is going to be more, next one is going to be more, next one is going to, and they know the threshold where you're about to break and say, screw this and go home, right? Because right when you're about to do it, just like the slot machine, they're going to throw you a $20 reasonably profitable trip. And then you got to go, oh yeah, I got this now. If I accept 4 more $3 trips, I'm going to get the next $20 trip, right?
Yep.
So this is a lot more evident in the lower, obviously, platform than you guys. But, there is one other thing that this guy said to me. I'm looking at his notes because I can't memorize all this shit. But he goes, on everything that they try on you guys, okay, on the drivers, he goes, there's a response rate and there's an extinction rate. So how these two are directly correlated to each other, right? So there's a type A driver. This was like fascinating to me, and I think I'm type A. Type A driver needs continuous reinforcement, meaning until you give me the treat, I'm not working. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So that's me that, like this week, Lyft gave me 25 trips for 400 guarantee. It took me 8 hours to do 25 trips, and I took their money. They're probably going to lose $200, right? But until Lyft gives me that again, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go for it, right? So on this one, the response rate, right, is slow, meaning I'm not going to respond until I keep getting the treat like a puppy. Yeah. And the extinction rate is fast. That means the effect on that is going to be, I screwed you. I took your $400. Now I'm not interested.
Yeah.
So what they try is no good, right? And then the most drivers, he says, are D and E. There's like 5 subsectors of all this stuff. So D, like, let's see if this sounds right to you guys. The D is called variable ratio reinforcement. Behavior is reinforced after an unpredictable number of times. For example, gambling or fishing, right? So they will throw you something, and then it's unpredictable. Now you think you're going to predict it next time, and then you're not. It's just like putting your fishing line in the water. So, sometimes you get little fish, sometimes you get big fish, but then you're intrigued that every time next one is going to be the big fish. And that's why you leave the line down there, right? So on this one, he goes, response rate is super fast, meaning people are just constantly just chasing it, constantly hoping that it's going to show up. The big fish is going to show up. And on this one, extinction rate is slow. So meaning once they train you, they're going to keep you in their grasp until you're not trained, and they'll move you to another level, which is called variable interval reinforcement, meaning providing one correct response has been made, right? Let's say they threw you a garbage trip and you took it. Then you get a little bit of a reinforcement. Next one may be a little bit better. But until you stop completely rejecting all this stuff, they're going to keep doing this to you. And these are the two, variable ratio reinforcement and variable interval reinforcement are the two that they use on drivers all the time. Because the response rate is fast, meaning you're just going to get excited. You're going to go, okay, I got the big fish. And the extinction rate, meaning once they train you, it's not going to leave your mind for a long, long time. So they go for fast response, low extinction rate. And that's what they do to drivers. And I believe it.
Yeah, I believe it.
I 100% believe it. And it works, man. It works.
Yeah. And just like what you just said, I've got videos out. Like, I've never met this guy you're talking about, but I've got videos out called Fishing with Lyft Lux. I've got videos like that. So what he's telling you is what I experience as a driver.
Yep.
That's funny. Because like you said, he's not a driver. He has nothing to do with rideshare.
He has no idea what he's saying, but
Told you
to
who
me,
I was.
yeah, no, I agree with you that this guy was like out of the blue. He goes, let me explain how they're working on this, and
Because
I mean, it's
think
not
I
as
always say Lux is like fishing. It feels like I'm fishing. And
Yeah.
you just said exactly what he said, and he's not.
yeah.
I think that's
And right when you're about to quit, isn't it a coincidence that they throw you like a trip and then you go, oh, I got it, I got the
and that's
fish.
why I did a video and I told people that Lyft knows where I live because they have to know where I live because I start on my rides where I live. When I get close to my house and they seen that I've given up, they throw me a ride. Never
Yeah.
fails.
Your bone.
Yeah,
That's
because they
cool.
see my car coming.
You know that sometimes.
Yep, they
That's
see
the
I'm
other
around Southern. They'll throw me a ride that'll take me far from home. So I have to now get rides to come back home. It's never
Yep.
something in my neighborhood. It's always by my house, taking me to Glendale, 25 miles the other way. Always like that.
Yeah,
And
because
they're
that's
like,
where they need you next. That's where they need you. And to
bring
me,
people back to the airport.
this is like the thing this is like the holy grail of understanding how not to fall into category D&E, because once you're in D&E, you're in their grasp. They're not going to let you go until you literally blow your engine out or blow your transmission out, and then you're desperate and you have to do
And I think I'm probably in D or E because it's like what you said. I'll not take a ride. I'm fishing. I won't take a ride unless it's good. But when it's good, I'll take it, and it'll take me far from home. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm not doing that. I'll ride like I'm coming home again. They'll throw me another ride, and they'll take me to a casino and pick somebody. They do it every single time. It's like, and people say, dude, how do you make so much in a day? It's like they're screwing with me. They're screwing with me because they got rides lined up for me and everything, but they wait until I'm almost ready to quit and they'll throw me something to keep me back in the game again. They do it all the time.
They throw me rides when I shut my app off.
The what?
They'll throw me a ride when I shut my app off. They'll throw me a ride.
Well, when I try to turn
How-
Uber off sometimes,
I think
Uber
it
does
was.
Uber,
I think
I
it's
turn my app
Uber.
off. Uber say, please turn your app back because high demand in your area.
Yeah, they
Like I'll
said
shut.
that on the bottom. They said that on the bottom all the time,
Does it
right?
all the
You're in a
time.
busy area. I'm like, I'm not in a busy area for sure. I'm not in a busy area.
Sometimes I think when it comes to Lyft, like Lyft would send me a request, and they kind of have an idea when I end. Sometimes I think they'll just give me a request, like a ghost request, just for me to go into that direction for them to cancel. And then I'll see, unfortunately, your ride has been canceled.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think they do that on purpose. I don't got no proof, but sometimes I think that they want me to go in that direction so that they can send me another trip that's actually a real one, that maybe that person wasn't able to get a car.
No, they do that. Yeah, Ron, they do that because if you did not get a ping, let's say for half hour, you're bored and you're now turning the Uber app on, you're turning DoorDash on. They know all this, what they're doing on your phone. And isn't it a coincidence that every time when you're on Lyft and you're not getting pinged, you turn the Uber app on and it kind of goes on top of the Lyft app and you will definitely get a Lyft ping like within 2
Let's
minutes.
give you a ping right behind it. Yep.
Right behind it. How do they know that, right? And what Ron said though is very true because like if you haven't gotten the ping for a half hour, they will give you a ghost ping just to get your endorphin going, get the sound to go, oh, I got one, and then you'll be driving half a mile towards it, it'll get canceled. And then
last night.
They got me last night. I text y'all that the other night when I was about to get on the highway and get that because I was like, hey, I was just about to get a ride. They sent me a ride. I was just about to get on the highway and they canceled it. I was so mad because I was about to get on the highway and it was like 8 miles in the other direction. I messaged the group about it because it was slow that night. And I was like, dude, they gave me a ride. I had drove like a mile and a half, about to hit the highway, bling, just dropped. I'm like, they are so lucky I didn't get on that highway because I'd have been.
Hey, Ron, you don't do these things to your Alto drivers, do you?
Say it
again? You don't do these mind-numbing things to your Alto drivers, do you?
Man. This is straight employee.
I'm just checking, man. I'm just checking. So
you know what though, Sergio? Let me tell you something about Ron. Okay, my buddy Ron, who started this whole thing with me a few years ago, right? And then disappeared, went ghost. He's never said to me, Vinny, you need a job? You come drive for Alto. I'll take care of you. Nope,
Yeah,
never. Not one time he said, "Vinny, come drive for Alto. I'll make sure you get all the good rides. Work 3 hours, make $1,000 a day. I'll make
That
sure."
fair
that
trade.
that doesn't work like that at
That
Alto.
doesn't work with Alto. This is an employee-based system.
Yeah, you make
Listen, listen,
18
listen.
bucks an hour and you go home. That's about it.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Y'all trying to ruin my wet dream here, and I do not
Oh
appreciate it.
my
Okay,
three
God.
thousand
I do
dollars
Sorry,
a
not
week,
sorry.
appreciate it. I do not appreciate it.
30 hour week at $3,000.
Yeah,
Damn right.
that's not gonna happen there. No.
Uh,
Are you
Well,
guys are they letting you guys get tips now at Alto? No, right? Because Will is completely against tipping. He's like the anti-tipping Jesus. I go like,
Oh my God,
we
really?
do
You
not
No,
can't
do
get
I mean
tip at
in our
Alta?
book that we have, it says that they can get cash tips, but we cannot solicit. But you
yeah, I
cannot
know,
do
but
electric tips.
yeah, but no on the app tip, none of that stuff, right?
Yeah. He doesn't want electric tips because he
Yeah,
has
exactly.
that idea with Uber back in the day with the Butterfingers and all that other whatever. But
you mean
yeah,
the
No,
yeah,
traffic
cash
cone?
tips. Yeah.
he's a tip
TK in
Nazi.
the
He
house.
doesn't like
Read this.
tipping.
I feel him on that. I feel him.
Yeah.
But
Man, I tell you. So the we've gone through a lot of stuff here. I've had a lot of good comments in here. So
oh
y'all
yeah.
just keep it going.
Frank just
Who
walked back in the
we
house.
missing?
Frank's in Arizona. He just went back home because it's pouring raining in Arizona right now. Like there's flash floods everywhere, and I can't drive Lux in a flash flood because my car sits too low. I
The
can drive the
Beamer,
Jeep
right?
on Uber X though, but Lux, dude, you
Bro,
go
I used
down
to have that.
those basic streets and you're stuck. You got a U-turn and go all the way back around. You would
I
never get
used to have
anywhere
that problem
dropping money.
here when I was driving the CTS on Lux. And
Yeah,
man, when we get those big rainstorms, I mean, I couldn't do it, bro.
you
Cars
got to
too
turn
low.
around, and that adds like another 3-4 miles on your
Get some
pickup.
money.
You like, dude, I got to go way around just to pick this person up now, and it's like it ain't worth it at that point. It's not worth it.
So
Yeah.
here's the question I got for Sergio, and because he's probably more in tune with those people than we are.
Nice playing
Do
tricks,
you
bro.
think it's still possible, Sergio, to teach the algorithm what we'll take and what we won't take, or do you think their behavioral, um, their matrix that they keep sending at us takes priority over us teaching the algorithm what we will and won't accept?
I'm gonna answer that two ways. It depends on the demand patterns that you're working with. Okay. You can do probably anything you want when the demand is there. Okay. And I said this, I've spoken with like people who drive in Idaho. They go, Sergio, you keep saying cherry pick, but every pickup is 10 miles away. I have to do what I have to do to make the money, right? So I always put a caveat there. If the city you're working on or the hours you're working on, demand is really, really high, you can do anything you want to the algorithm because algorithm is in a bind to match the existing demand with existing supply, and then you can play the game. But
Yep.
when you're in the outskirts and when there is no demand and they are going to keep sending, I don't care how many times you reject the 350 order, they're going to keep sending it to you. And to me, that's what I try to really, really emphasize that, what I able to the maybe top 20, 25 cities in the country when it comes to Uber and Lyft. The rest of the time, and then it also depends on the hours you're working. If you can only work between, I don't know, 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., you can't manipulate the algorithm. But if you're working at a high demand zone in a really good city with let's say forget the surge, but with demand, yeah, you can absolutely teach the algorithm what you want because to them, Uber and Lyft, the most important thing to them is not to lose that customer to the competitor.
100%.
That's when you can mess with the algo. That's when you can say to the algo, listen, man, I'm not going to do this. But then there is that trip that needs to be done, right? And that's when and then demand keeps coming. Demand keeps coming. And then the algo goes, well, this asshole is not taking my trips. So I'm going to send him something that he's going to take because I need to fulfill all this demand, right?
Right.
And the demand is not there. It's really, really difficult to teach. I'm not even going to say teach, but to do what you want, what kind of chips you want to get to receive the chips that you are out there to get. And I'm talking on the Uber X platform now. I'm not talking anything higher than that.
Oh no, it's on the higher end too. I can tell you real quick. Hey Ron, that you got a lot of shaking going on with your phone
I
over
think
there,
your
brother.
Tesla's about to blow up.
Yeah, you You might need better tires or something, bro. Airbags. Listen,
No,
last night, Lyft kept testing me and testing me and testing me. I sent the pictures in the chat group last night.
Oh yeah.
The one that stuck, the two rides that stuck out to me the most was they sent me an Uber XL request to go to Miami from Fort Lauderdale. All right. Normally, that's a 30, we'll say 30-mile ride. My standard, $1.80, $1.90, right? 56 to $60. The Uber XL they sent me was like $53. I turned it down.
That's right. I remember that. Yep.
Not even 5 minutes later, Sergio, they sent me a Lux Black, which before this upfront price crap was paying me anywhere from $230 to $250 a mile. For $51, and it was going 2 miles further.
There you go.
So I quickly look. Okay, I must have a lot of freaking Lux Blacks and Lux Black XL trucks around me. It's got to be, right? And sure enough, it was there. I am convinced what you just said just reinforced what I told the group internally like 3 weeks ago. If there's a lot of cars, if you're at an event, get ready for the bullshit rides. Get ready for the low payouts. But if you're the other end, if you're on the other end, away from the crowd, you're going to get what you're worth.
Absolutely. I did a 2-minute video. You know, you guys should watch that. I did a 2-minute video. We posted it yesterday before the Show Me the Money. It already has like, I think 14,000 views with like 300 some comments, right? Because not only it's short, but it's very to the point. So it was to teach people how to read between organic or real surge versus a fake surge that Uber puts on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're saying, Vinny, is part of it, right? So I went between my passenger app and the driver app. So in my neighborhood, 9:44 a.m., Uber puts this red cloud of surge, $14 to $12. That doesn't belong there. It shouldn't even be there, right? So then I go, okay, let's look at the passenger app. There has to be a reason for that. Well, I turned the passenger app on right under that cloud, and I'm not even near the cloud. There were literally 8 cars. And I guarantee it that none of them were getting pinged. None of them were.
Yep.
But what Uber knows that 10 minutes from that time, there is going to be enough demand just for those 8 cars that are sitting there. And what they do is they put the surge on way before the demand shows up because they have all this information around the globe live basis, right?
Yep.
So what they do is the same thing happens. You know, a lot of people go, I'm going to the airport, whatever. Same thing happens at the queues at LAX and at every major airport. You look at the queue, there'll be 300 cars in queue, right? And I'm like, okay. And then it will start surging. Well, why is it surging, right? They need more cars because they know next 15 minutes, LAX is going to land about 70 more planes with 3,000 people ordering Ubers. So they need to get enough supply way before. The guys that are sitting in the pen, they'll get the sticky, but they're not going to do any trips. There's no demand at the moment. The same thing happened to you, Vinny, because if there were so many cars around you, the algo is going to go, well, screw Vinny. Somebody's going to do this. There's like 12 cars around Vinny, so that's why they're not going to throw you anything decent.
Well,
right?
and but here's the screwy part. The big ride I got from Uber last night. Uber lately, for whatever reason, bro, I need some wood. I'm knocking on every goddamn piece of wood I can find. Bro, they're paying me my standard. I don't know what everybody else's standard is. I know what my standard is, and I stand on it no matter what. I'll go home broke because I don't ever have downtime, bro. I don't ever just sit there and play with my nuts. You know, I'm always doing something, right?
Exactly.
While I'm waiting. Uber's been paying me right. Lyft, if there ain't nobody else around, oh my God, it's heavenly. Can I use that word, heavenly?
Yeah.
But when everybody else is around, it's pure hell. And it's like, come on, man, stop this shit.
And half the comments, sadly enough, on the video was, how can you find out, how many cars are around you? I go, how do you guys know that? That's like the Bible rule number 1. How do you guys not know how to download the passenger app and look at the cars around you? I mean, you just got to go where they're not to get the right stuff, as opposed to If you sit there with 12 cars at every corner, you're not going to get the right stuff, right pricing, nothing is going to happen for you. So I don't know. I thought that was fascinating that they put fake surges on way before demand shows up, and then they create equilibrium. When the demand shows up, surge will disappear. But now they have attracted enough cars to the sugar, let's say, without being derogatory, then they figured it out. They figured out the system that is fantastic. I mean, it's an amazing system that they have, that they follow live demand patterns and they pull from the past experiences because they exactly know how many orders, because these patterns repeat. To them, it constantly repeats, that they know, let's say in Miami Beach, between, I don't know anything about Miami Beach, but at South Beach, there's going to be between, 11:30 and 11:45, there's going to be 6,000 trips ordered. Okay. Or I'm just making it up. I don't know. But I'm just saying that they need to act way before those orders come in, so that they create some sort of harmony and equilibrium, as opposed to just wait until all the requests show up and then surge goes through the roof and nobody's happy and they're going to lose a customer to Lyft, right? So 100%. They play this game constantly. You know what I mean? So.
Well, they do it at the one airport here, Fort Lauderdale for sure, and Miami also. Dude, I have seen the XQ at Fort Lauderdale Airport. Forget Lyft for a minute. The XQ at Fort Lauderdale Airport with 60 to 65 cars sitting in that queue. XL's full, Premier's at 50, and it'll be an 850 surge.
Yep.
At the airport, right? And there's tons of cars there. So it's like you say, and they will, God, can I say this without getting in trouble? They will surge bait you all day long.
But to them, it's not surge baiting. To them, it's business as usual, because look, the 850 sticky is there. You could be in the pen and you could be maybe in the top of the queue, or the top 20, let's say. Yeah, those drivers are going to get the 850 sticky, right? But Uber's and Lyft's problem is not that. Yeah, those 20 got lucky. They got it because they were top of the queue when there were 50, 100, drivers in the queue. What they're worried about is in the next 15 to 20 minutes or a half hour, they need another 300 cars in there. And what they do is they will put that surge on, that color, right? And everybody will see it. Like, oh, it's surging at the airport. Let me go to the airport. By the time they all go to the airport and the planes land, the demand comes, you already have equilibrium. There will be no surge. Everybody will be doing base rate trips out of there. So,
well, and the thing, let me add to that too, because I don't know about your market, but out here, Serge, if you carry a bonus on Lyft now, after 2 hours, the bonus is gone. It times out.
What?
Oh, really? No.
Oh, I made a video about this. Oh, yeah. No, I noticed this like 3 months ago, and I put it in a couple of videos where I would pick up, for argument's sake, let's say a $5 bonus.
Yeah.
2 hours, almost to the flipping minute. 2 hours later, that bonus is gone. Just disappeared. Poof.
Yeah. Poof. I ain't got to ride in 2 hours. I've been off the app already.
But if you're multi-apping, right? Yeah. So what I can do, guys that are on the upper platforms like me, we throw it to Lux Black XL only, and just hope the app doesn't go off while you're doing another ride on the other app. I mean, it's just, it's multi-apping 101. Let me get to a couple of questions here real quick before we get on the next one. Yo, Vinny, are there many Premier drivers in Sunny Isles? Yes. The biggest thing I noticed after the pause is we've got a heck ton more SUVs and Premier Blacks or Premiers and Lux Blacks running around South Florida you can shake a stick at. I know these guys are doing XL rides in these 13 mile to the gallon Suburbans and Escalades. There's no doubt in my mind. Yeah, because listen, anybody who drives the upper platforms worth their salt, they do XL rides. That was one of the biggest decisions I made when choosing. I could have got a Suburban, a brand new Suburban, like I got the Cadillac XT6. I could have got the Suburban for less money. Both of them brand new. But it's a big difference between 12, 13 miles a gallon at premium gas and 23, 24 miles to the gallon city highway at 87 gas. I mean, you got to be smart about this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And it is a Cadillac. I mean, I got to throw that in there. It is a Cadillac. You know what I'm saying?
Cadillac ain't but a Suburban anyways. They all Chevys.
I wouldn't want to. You know what? I wouldn't want. The only thing the Suburban offered me that I don't get now is Premier SUV. And if you look at our market rates for Premier and Premier SUV, like Premier SUV pays shit for what you're spending for your gas mileage, your insurance,
Yeah,
all that, for what you the ROI on a Suburban for a Premier SUV is terrible.
probably
Not
not
even,
worth
and I
it.
won't even bring up an Escalade. Right
Uh,
now, I'm talking new off the lots. Now, I'm not talking used. But anyway, what else we got? If you trying to find some questions here. The rich Russians around moving the herd. Yeah. So you know what, Klaus Morales is a good friend of mine from down here. One of the first guys I met when I started driving. We called him Google Boy. Sergio, when I tell you this dude is smart when it comes to these apps from day one, he is the epitome of somebody who's 3 moves ahead of their chessboard. Now he doesn't drive anymore, right? He's moved on to other things. But let me tell you, the guy is smart. Okay, where we at?
And
Okay, I
still
guess that's
stuck
all
on
the
that
questions
whole
I
rider
got.
behavior thing because I mean, I've made so many videos talking about rider behavior and how these apps are, you know, they're just addictive. And then the way that they mislead you with the, like I said, the gamification of how the screens is just like I said, Surge, man, he hit us with some true things that we need to sit back and think about as drivers who are using these apps to make money. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
not mentally checking yourself, these apps are mentally taking advantage of you. It's all about your behavior and how they, like I said, sometimes if I get to the point where I don't want to play the game, I just turn the app off because I know the game. I can feel the game developing. And if you're not mentally in tune with the game of what these apps are playing, it's going to drive you crazy. And you're not going to be ready for passengers. You're going to be upset about what's happening to you in this
Yeah.
car, upset about the money you're making, and you're not ready to deal with be on your best, customer service with this next rider.
Yeah.
So you got to mentally check because it's all about behavior, man. Like I said, I cannot wait to hear this guy, talk about on this video you got coming out because I'm telling you, man, he
I,
is not a
I,
driver, but he knows exactly what we're
no, he
going through.
knows exactly. He knew exactly where we were coming from, and then he was like, "I'm like, it was like eye opener to me. I knew they had behavioral scientists and stuff like that, but I didn't know the depth that they went into how they train all these puppies, right?"
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to offend anybody, but I go, you guys are like the rats that pull on the lever to get the treat, and that's what
Okay,
all the drivers are. So
okay.
It's
Give,
like
give me one
Morpheus.
second.
It was
Give me
like
one
Morpheus
second here.
and Neo. Yeah.
Give me 1 second, guys. I hate to do this to you, but
Let's hear
and there she is.
it.
There's the queen. There's the
Yo,
queen.
what's good?
There's the
I was like,
queen.
what's
I love
going
that
on? I was like, what's
sound.
going on? And
Yeah, sorry, Sergio. I didn't mean to do that to you, brother,
no,
but
no, no, no. Ladies
I
first.
had to give way to the author of the hour, and want to welcome Kiara back to the live stream.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
I guess all the snacks must be on. That's all I can figure. All the snacks
where's
must be gone.
Ron?
The
Yep,
snacks.
Ron's coming next. Where's Ron?
Where's Ron?
I don't see Ron. He must be on a ride. So, Kiara, how you doing? The crowd wants to know. Everybody's
I'm
been waiting
doing
on you.
well.
We got 54 people in
How
the
have
group
you guys
today.
been? I've been well. I've been busy
Yeah, you have. Shoot.
working on
That
the
Hey,
book is sick.
ebook.
That book is sick though. That book should be required reading. Like no joke. From what you sent me and for what everybody's saying, the book should be required reading if you're going to do food delivery in today's gig economy. Like without a question.
the
Without
apps are not
I'm not
gonna
blowing
like it.
I'm not blowing smoke up your backside. I got my own wife, we good.
You've
And
educated a
you said
lot
I
of people.
can't call you the queen, but you're the queen of the garage. And that's as far as that goes. You know what I'm saying? You can only be the queen in the garage. Once you come out of the garage, my wife takes over. But
Go,
yeah, tell us
go
what's
for
going
it.
on. Ron's not buying a ring right now. He's out at Ron's
Thomas is,
out at K Jewelers right now.
no. Thomas is funny. He says he's gonna read that book like a SAT exam. He's about to slay. he's about to
Oh
back out on
God.
that book.
There was a question again.
The book
Go ahead. Yeah, it's all
the
you.
book
Go
is
ahead.
basically the book is basically thank you guys also. I missed you guys.
Hey, miss you too. Miss
The
you
book
too.
is basically me traveling around to the east up and down the East Coast and not having any type of manual or any type of instructions or layout or maps on where these areas were that were good for tips, safe to sleep in, where I can make the most out of my time being down there and still be able to like take care of myself and my bills. So I think you guys were talking early in the stream, like, why did we start our channels? And honestly, mine
Right.
was I wanted to at first just drive around to different states and cities and travel and do Uber Eats and tell people, okay, like, this is what you do when you go to this area. These are the things you look for. And my channel has kind of spawned off into its own thing where people just really kind of want to see you struggle in the car. So I went to writing the ebook because I can still get that information out there to the people that actually want to see stuff like that, and I'll figure out what I'm going to give the car people. Because
Good,
me
good.
peeing in a cup in the trunk is just not what I want to give them.
Gatorade bottles. Sergio with his Gatorade bottle.
Oh my God, that's funny. Funny.
No.
So, Kiara, just give a little context for me. What exactly does the book cover, or how many chapters do you have in there that's dedicated to? Is it as, I guess the question is, will it cover all delivery platforms, or is this specific to just like Uber Eats?
I would say it's all of the data is based off of Uber Eats, like using Uber Eats as the main platform, but um these things can definitely be transferred onto like DoorDash, definitely Instacart. Like I found the same kind of trends because it's all about food and who's paying the most for that food. So
Yeah.
high priced food options, whether that's delivery, whether that's restaurants, whether it's grocery stores, those are going to all be on the platforms. And those people that want those items are going to be on there too. So I would say it has 5 chapters and it does cover um, like different things to look for in the apps, different things to look for when you're driving around in neighborhoods, different research that you can do on the internet to kind of get data for an area before you go so you don't have to waste your time going out there and trying it out. I give you like a breakdown of all the things that you can do before you even get into the car and go and try that area out. So you don't have to waste your time going to some random city and saying, all right, I'm just going to take all the rides and see what I'm going to do. You can do a whole bunch of research before that and then key in on some, like 5 or 6 cities. I give you like a worksheet so you kind of put in all the information yourself. And then if you get, I think Eddie gave me the idea to put a scorecard in the ebook, so you have that to be able to write down the cities, all the different specs, pick out the best ones, and then go hit the road. So
And I'm glad you said, do research before you get to an area. Because even in corporate America, before you get, interview for a position, they want you to go research the company first. Know everything about this company because things may pop up that help you with this company. And it's about your strengths. When you research a company, you're researching your strengths and how you can help this company become better. When you research an area, you need to base it on your strengths on how you can do better in that area. Like me being a night driver, I would want to research an area to say, how's night orders going? Like, are there a lot of night orders? Is this a town where everybody goes to sleep at 8 o'clock p.m.? Are people up partying, clubbing, and eating stuff?
Yep.
I'd want to know stuff like that. Because me being a night driver, if you're forcing me to drive days, I need to know that because through research, I now have to drive days in this city. Everybody goes to sleep at 8 o'clock because they're all 60 years old and up is the median age or whatever. Like, you want to know that stuff.
Exactly.
But
Exactly. You want to
like
know
it.
how that community moves, what's going on in that area. I give you all these things that you can find right here on the computer, on your phone. You don't have to leave your house. You can look up different things right at the palm of your fingertips before you even go to that area to see
Yes,
if it could be a lucrative one. So
yes.
yeah,
And
it's
even
very
with
important to check
Rideshare,
out the
like,
areas, the community, all of that's in
yeah.
there.
And that's why I was saying Wes earlier, Wes here in Mesa, he figured out Mesa because I'm a night driver. Mesa at night doesn't exist. Everybody sleep. It's a lot of retirement communities there at 55 plus. So he goes out there in the daytime and he makes a killing in Mesa. He's figured it out. And like I said, if nobody knew, if I didn't know how that market worked, I'd go out there at night driving around Mesa like, man, ain't nobody out. What's wrong with this town? Nobody. It's an older town. There's a lot of people there who sleep at night. They're not up partying all night like Scottsdale, like Gilbert, like
Mhm.
Chandler. So just knowing your areas and knowing your market based on the type of driver you are, stay the driver you are. Don't force yourself. Don't let the apps lead you. Like we talk about this behavior thing, like with Sergio. Once the apps lead you, they have you trapped. Now you're their personal little ant. You got to do what they say. It's like,
Yeah,
your
what was the deal anyway, Sergio, with that? Why couldn't we? Why are you not allowed to say the A word?
or Mike.
No, I mean, I was saying it quite a bit, and then I got like few emails from a few drivers saying that you have to say that, because they were probably the A word, right? And then I,
Okay.
then I said, you know what? I listen to people. I mean, look, I understand the PC thing. We're the last thing from PC anyway.
Right.
And and then so I went and researched it, and then I found the Latin word for A, which is formica. There you go. And that's how
Now they're gonna be upset at that. They're gonna be upset.
No,
at
they're not going to be upset at that because that's staying there. So I'm like, yeah. And
Hey,
Oh my God.
tell people,
I,
if you
Yes,
I
want
don't
to be
Wes.
a business owner, you got to have thick skin to be a business owner. You cannot have thin skin and be
Well,
a business owner. It's not going to work well for you.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm not sure why there's people getting offended by the word that starts with the letter A and
Oh,
ends with S.
you
Yeah.
know why? You know why? You know why? Because it's 3% of the people in the world from from the extremes, both sides, that are all pissed off, and the 97% of us got to deal with it.
Yeah,
We got
it's,
to deal with it.
I mean, it's what it is. It's nothing like Uber sending me email after email, which is okay. It's like we deal with that too. We deal with all of it. It's you
We're
get
in a
the pressure
generation
from
now.
right, you get the pressure from left, you get the pressure from the top, you get the pressure from the bottom.
Hey,
Yep.
we're in that generation. If you hurt my
100%.
feelings, I want $1 million.
Yeah,
100%.
exactly.
Hey,
Yeah.
so
$1 million bucks.
you guys,
Oh,
give
look
Kiki,
here.
you guys give Kiki a phenomenal introduction.
Kiki's disappeared. What
I
happened?
come in, I get attacked by Vinny. Kiki comes in, it's all flower and roses for her. You lay roses at her feet. Come on, man.
Send,
Come
send,
on.
send him a flower, Vinny.
Hold on,
Send Ron a flower.
Yeah, you're
Hold
missing
on.
all the time.
Ron,
Vinny,
be thankful.
Vinny.
Be thankful I'm married.
Yeah.
That's all I'm.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
leaving
what
at
is that
that.
supposed to mean?
Be thankful I'm married because I'm not available.
1984. You don't want Vinny
I am.
1984.
Bro.
That
Bro.
if
That's when Vinny used to
I
walk
forgot-
around with the Pimp Cane and the little derby. That's Vinny 1984.
Hey,
Vinny being married, Vinny not
big
married.
12-inch
There
with
you
the
go.
big 12-inch nameplate on. When I had hair,
Listen,
had the big feather
Vinny,
hair going.
Vinny told me a story about him being juiced up in his vehicle. He had his juiced up vehicle with the 12s up in Carroll City. You told me,
Look at hey,
Four
wait.
gorillas in the back.
Steven got the
yeah,
little-
yeah, you told me about that. I was like,
Bro,
yeah.
I got a whole photo album. What are you talking about? I won
Vinny was
so many
swagged
sound
out back in the
competitions.
day.
Bro, I won
Man.
so many sound competitions back in the day. It didn't matter if we were going for SPL or sound quality. That's how I got to Dallas. That's how I got the damn jaywalking ticket in Dallas.
Wow.
You got a jaywalking ticket in Dallas?
Bro, and I showed it on the video. It's in my video
He's a
where there's a
criminal.
defense attorney that was from Dallas that was in my car. And every time I get somebody in my car from Dallas, I always tell them the same story. About the time I got a jaywalking ticket by this old lady and a little meter maid bitch, right? And the cop telling me, well, you either take the ticket or you go to jail. And I had to go anyway. And she turned around. She's on video saying it. I got a jaywalking ticket too. I felt so vindicated. Like 25 years later, I felt vindicated.
He got the shirt, man. He got the Lyft shirt. Check him out.
The
He's
hell with
out there.
Dallas, bro.
You
The
getting
hell
more
with
tips?
Dallas.
You getting more tips or
But yeah.
what?
But I was swagged out, bro. I used to boom back in the day.
I got you.
Kiki,
Kiki, we made it. We made it, Kiki. We made it on the live. Kiki and I spoke. You know, Kiki and I have been having some conversations.
Are we gonna have it? Are we having an online proposal? Are we having an online proposal here? That's what I want to know. A YouTube first? A YouTube Uber first? Is somebody
Uber
proposing
first?
tonight?
Oh God.
Yeah, well, you got to make her honest before she disappears. Bro.
Lyft love.
Anyway,
Can I
it's
say this about Kiki's book? Can I? Because I read some of it while I was in the office on my break. So you guys are listening. You guys need to buy this book, especially if not even for eats. she breaks down detailed information that I think we could also use in rideshare too. I mean, we can look at it for Uber Eats, but also rideshare. I took that point of view because I don't do Uber Eats as much, you know. And I got the book. Oh, all right, here we go. There you go.
Yeah.
Let me make it better so I don't rock all over the place. But I use it as far as in areas to pick up for Premiere. You know, I'm a new Premiere ride type driver, so you know, I did yesterday,
We're gonna have to
and
use.
I
We're
was
gonna have
like,
to use it to get you a
what?
better phone signal.
I'm gonna start pivoting. Say it again.
I said we're gonna.
Vinny?
You need to use
I
that
said
book to get you better signal.
Most Premier drivers have iPhones or apps, you know, they don't use Android.
Hey, bro, that's not true. That's
I
not
have
true.
free.
That's not true.
Come on, bro. Come
I
on,
have
bro. I got
iPhone.
them both. I got them both, bro.
Hey, I got an Android too. I'm just
Yep.
messing with him. I got an Android.
I will say this though, for whatever reason, Apple phones always get the updates first before the Android phones. It is a fact.
Oh, my Android.
Apple phones.
That's because
Apple
Android has
phones
the
get
updates.
the
All
updates
the
first.
features already on Android before Apple gets them.
You know
I'm gonna
That is
tell
what?
you the one good thing about Apple phones. I'm gonna tell you the one good thing about Apple phones that Androids don't got. Whenever somebody leaves an iPhone in my car, they know where their phone is. Samsungs,
You
they
think
don't
that's a
do
good
that.
thing?
They gotta download an app for
Wait.
that.
You
I
think
have that.
that's a good thing? You think that's a good thing?
Huh? I
You think
think
that's a
so
good
because I
thing,
don't
Jeff?
like. Yeah,
Oh man, I
Well,
hate it,
actually,
bro. I hate.
because
in
I hate
Arizona,
when people can't find their phone.
in Arizona, I literally picked up two people, and one guy was looking for his phone. We drove, so he joked. I don't know. You know what? I recorded this, and I guess I never uploaded it. So we drove. I want to say 30, 40 minutes to an apartment complex and found the car that the phone was in, but it was an
Yeah,
apartment complex,
yep.
and we couldn't find which apartment it belonged to. So they were gonna ride back with me, and then they're like, you know what, we're gonna figure out. I thought they were gonna literally bust the back glass of that car in order to get the phone. So I was like I was glad I was off the hook. I'm like, I'm out of here. I don't want to have
Hey,
anything
I'm
to do
telling
with what you guys are trying to do. Like,
Yeah, usually I know the person whose phone I got is at my door because my 3 dogs go berserk whenever somebody walks in their front yard. So I'm like, yeah, whoever, yeah, they're here to get their phone because my dogs are going nuts right now. So I'll walk out and I usually leave the phone in the car. I don't bring it in my house. It's like, I'm like, yeah, I got your phone from last night.
Hey, Steven, you coming on Friday?
yeah, got the ticket. I'm all ready to go. Yep. And plus, I didn't realize we had
one of
the
you
event.
coming. I'm like,
Yeah,
God, I thought Jeff would come, but I go, come on, Jeff, it's only 6 hours away, bro.
Yeah, it's not the big deal.
If
Jeff.
I try to come out there in my car, I get stuck in a flash flood in the middle of the desert.
You know, I'd
I'll be
probably
calling for an Uber ride.
driving out there too. I'd probably be out there driving too, because man, I like driving in the rain, and that market over in Scottsdale is pretty nice.
Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, man, if people just came out here just to work like weekends alone, and you said I'm gonna do 12 hours like Friday, Saturday, you make a killing on Friday, Saturday, because it's just something about Scottsdale, Chandler, Gilbert, those 3 areas. People want to be out of the house. They want to be out working, doing stuff, being mobile. You don't need no other parts of town to really.
I wish
the same
I
way
wish
though. West
LA was as centralized as your market, like where all, because there's partying in West Hollywood, Santa Monica. I'm at the Santa Monica Charger right now. There's partying over there. Then further down toward Long Beach, they got partying over there. So it's like you got to kind of pick your battles and pick the market you want to be in for the day. And then above that, you got Hollywood and everything over there. So
It sounds like the Scurvy Boy is going to be.
Who put that picture around?
Oh my god!
Wow! Oh my god!
Keep your hands on the wheel. Keep your hands on the wheel.
Oh my God, I'm trying to bring it over. I'm trying to bring it over. It won't let me bring it over. Damn it!
Hey,
I was trying to bring it over.
Wait a minute.
They're right there.
Wait a minute.
Hey, that's the 1985 album cover right there from Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yours,
Eddie,
sis?
Eddie, this is Eddie. Now the whole chat is going on fire right now.
Hey, that's an album cover right there all day. Right? That's the new Earth, Wind, and Fire Valentine's Day special.
Let me take a picture of this thing here, bro.
Back in September.
That's one of my favorite songs.
I would. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wow, what happened? Where did he go?
I am sweating right now so bad.
Eddie, you're the man. Eddie, you're the man.
Oh, Eddie, man.
Eddie, you need to
Eddie's hilarious.
send that to us because I need to do a video about special people that ride in the car with us.
That's a little Larry Graham there.
Is it Larry Graham?
That's a little Larry Graham there, you know.
Larry Graham. All right, okay,
Yeah.
Benny. All right.
Yeah, hey, I didn't make it. I'm just supplying the
I know you
background. I didn't make it.
I'll see you later.
Right there.
But if you guys are old enough, to know Larry Graham, you should know what I'm talking about.
Hey, man.
Just be my lady.
Eddie,
Yeah.
isn't that much better than red line, blue line, green line, bro? Right there, what you just did?
Oh yeah, I mean I did that in like 20 seconds.
There you go.
You know that was like so much easier to do than the green line, yellow line crossover.
I'm just saying. Hey, all I'm saying is, last week I got him. He got me.
Oh, you got me.
While we
All
were
right.
texting, and I got his ass back last week. Really good.
Oh, you sure did.
All right.
You sure did.
All right. So, hey, big shout out to Carbivore this Friday. I saw Pedro. Pedro's going to be there. He announced it.
Yep.
I see a lot of people are coming in for this. If you want to mention a little bit something about it, Sergio, you can go for it.
Oh, and for all the LA drivers, you're all invited to Carbivore on Friday, 8 a.m., 9 p.m. All the good food, great drinks. Everything is free, just a $5 ticket. Now, I don't know how I can attach a link to this, but Vinny can probably go get it from the RSG thing and then attach it if you guys want it. Only $5 ticket. It's a $99 ticket usually. So we're having a driver meetup. Everybody come on down. Have fun.
Is it $5 per person or $5 per car?
Per person.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Are you coming?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I know people like to bring their dogs out. They might bring dogs all day.
Bring whatever you want to bring, man. I'm telling you, there's gonna be swag. The food, if it's like last year, it's gonna be great. And then the weather is gonna be good. It's gonna be a little chilly, but it's sunny. You know, downtown. Plenty of rides. Wait. If you want to drive afterwards, plenty of rides. There you go.
Isn't it snowing in California?
It did. We showed a picture of it yesterday. My car was covered with snow yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, but we showed a picture that was from 2 days before.
It started snowing.
It's
at my school and the kids. So they started going crazy over the walkie-talkies. They're like, the kids are reporting snow on the field, and then they're like, what do we do? And it's like, we're not sure. Go ahead and tell the kids to come in. So I'm like, snow, what? So I go open the back door from my office, and that's where I did my short. I recorded the whole thing with me looking back at the field.
Very hard to everybody. Come on.
Where do I find a Carbivore? I'm on the website.
Go to that's my son Aiden. Say hi to everybody.
Aiden.
What's up,
Aiden? How you doing, buddy?
What's going on? What's going on?
Nothing much. How about you guys?
Everything's
See the guy. See the arms on this guy. See, look at his arms.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Where's Jeff's arms? Let's see them, Jeff. Let's see those pythons.
Yeah. See those. Let's see those.
Not yet.
Jeff, where them pythons?
Yeah, we arm wrestle. I'm teaching him how to arm wrestle properly, and then I was like, so now he's got a gripper. He's just working on his grip 24 hours a day now.
Tony, driven dad Tony, he's the arm wrestler of the group. He'll teach you how.
Yeah, there you go. But so yeah, did you find it or no?
No, I'm still looking, bro.
Okay,
I
go to
don't know.
yesterday's show, and then in the show notes, like halfway down,
Oh, okay, all right. I'll go.
not on
I'll
the
do
not
that.
on the
That'll be
Curvy
easy.
website. Like halfway down on the show notes is the link for the $5
Okay.
discounted entry, whatever you want to say.
Christine, you're
All
right.
right.
And we may even run our test there, Steven. We may have like 5-6 phones side by side and turn them all on and run our test on Lyft and Uber and record the whole thing. So 2 birds
I'm
with
ready.
1 stone. How about that?
I got 2 phones. I'm ready.
There you go,
I
baby.
got 2 phones.
All right,
So
yeah.
Kiara, I got a question for you.
Appreciate that.
Kiara. My wife got tip baited last Friday.
No,
Oh,
So she comes home and she goes, she did a shop and pay. It's pouring rain. She
yep.
was like, okay, it was like $13 and something for like a mile and a half, which she took, obviously. She got 2 items. It was 2 items, and then bought it, dropped it off, on Uber Eats, and you have an hour to change your mind, right? Which is complete, utter insanity. And then an hour later, instead of $13.06, she only got paid $5.56.
oh,
So she comes to me, she
$8.
goes, "What does this mean? What does this mean?" I go, "You got screwed. You got tip baited."
What does this
And
mean?
then she goes, "F this, F that, F this."
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
going to
it'll get you
complain
hot.
to this, to that. I go, "You don't have to complain. Uber Eats, head of Uber Eats is going to be at Curbivore, so I'll give you, I'll talk to him about you. Maybe they'll give you your $6 tip back." It's not going to happen.
All right. So
Yeah,
so real quick,
Nope.
that I put the link in the description for anybody out there in Cali, LA that wants to go to Curbivore.
Come on down.
Put in the what is it? The RS, what is it? What's the discount code?
RSG5.
RSG5.
Yes, sir.
In there, buy your ticket, and you can go rub elbows with the big boys.
Yeah.
But I would just go and eat all the food. That's just me though.
Yeah,
I can
absolutely.
eat all the damn food.
Zeke is going to be there. And then there is this company called Stellar. They do robotic pizza in a robot. Like it cooks. It's like a pizza vending machine.
Oh, that
It's
can't
called,
be.
yeah, I don't know. It's called Stellar. And these 3 guys who invented this thing used to work at SpaceX for Elon. They quit and they started this company called Stellar. And then it's supposed to be amazing. I'm like, okay, we're going to eat it. We're going to find out.
All right. Melvin says, ain't nobody got time for Los Angeles with snow. When you guys pay for the sunshine test.
There's no snow
You ain't
now.
lying about that, bro.
The sunshine.
Hello.
All right. So Sergio, I got a question for you here.
Yeah.
Musa, he wants to know, are you going to make a video about Coachella soon?
I don't think we'll have it coming up. I mean, Steve is going to get the private tour, and then you know what? Maybe he will make the video. How about that? Once I tell Steven all the secrets, then he can do the video.
Rob, unbroken driver. Get ready.
See, they call that the art of war. The act of doing, having your enemy do what you want them to do, without them knowing that you're having them do what you want them to do.
So whoever that was that asked the question, by the way, Coachella used to be great. It's not what you think it is, depending on what car you drive. There you go. So don't do everything off the book in Coachella.
Joey Blaylock says he's going to head up. He's going to head up there Friday. So there you go, man. This is what I love about the community, bro. I mean, I'm not even making this up.
There you go, awesome. Joe Blaylock, come on down.
You don't get this anyplace else. I'm just saying, you don't get this kind of.
Let me tell you something. The food you're going to eat is a lot worth more than $5 because there's this company called Zeke. They bring their truck. Unbelievable food, okay? And then there is Liquid Death. They're sponsoring, so they're going to be there. A Seattle coffee company is going to be there with all the desserts and everything. I mean, I'm telling you. And plus,
I'm drinking Liquid Death.
You get to meet me.
Yeah.
So Sergio. So Sergio, I'm going to need you to talk to your buddy over there in Cali, and let's do one of these down here.
Who's that? Oh, Harry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
he's been here before.
Yeah, we did one last year. This year's is twice as big as last year. So yeah, I'll run it by him. But I think I don't know. We'll see how this year goes. Last year was great. This year, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, because we're in a recession right now. Let's see who's got money. Let's do it.
Well, you know what? It might come to
South
a
by
point where
Southwest is coming up over here.
Yeah, South by Southwest is big though. I mean, this is nothing like that. It's like I think he said 750 people are showing up. I'm like, that's pretty big. I mean, that's a lot for a 1 day event. So I'm like, okay,
all right. So anyway, we're pushing up against 11 o'clock here,
okay.
and it's been a great show tonight. You know, I just think everybody got it in. Everybody got theirs in tonight.
So Kiara, when was the last time you got tip baited, Kiara?
It was actually
Earlier
in
today.
Georgia. It was 22 miles, and it was gonna pay
Oh my god.
$20. I think it was
Yeah.
gonna pay $20. It was late, and it was going to a rich area. So I was like, okay, it'll probably pay more because that's what was usually happening. I would get like $8 or $9 more. So I was like, all right, be a $30. It's fine. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just gonna take it last one. And I got all the way up there, and not only it wasn't $20, it ended up being 12. And Uber changed the description of it, and it actually said like only paying 12. And I was like, I definitely wouldn't have taken this if it was only paying 12 going 20 something miles. Like I took it because it said 20 to 20, and it
Damn.
changed on me. I was pissed. I was pissed.
That should be illegal, man. It should be illegal. You eat the food, you went to the bathroom, excuse the expression, you shit the food already, and then you change your mind. I'm tipped now. What does that mean? DoorDash doesn't do that. Grubhub doesn't do that. Nobody else does that. I'm like, why would you need an hour to change your mind about the tip, man?
See, what Uber should do is for people that do that, it should flag their account. Once they get 2 flags within a 12-month period, it should automatically ban them from getting food. If
Good
they
idea.
do that in a 12-month period, they shouldn't order anymore.
Or
I'll
at least
tell
put a
that to the Uber Eats, head of Uber Eats.
yeah, at least put a mark on their account so people know not they can make a decision if they want to take the risk with somebody that removes tips.
Exactly.
You work hard, and then an hour later, the guy goes, "Oh, I changed my mind. I'm not going to tip you." I'm like, in what world? Okay, to me, for those people, they shouldn't just tip from the get-go. That's it.
Yeah,
don't tip.
exactly.
I have no problem.
I'd rather you be straight up about it.
Exactly.
I like the
Miserable
ones that
clowns.
don't say
Exactly,
anything.
Ronaldo. That's damn right. Miserable clowns, those are.
And if they like I said, if it's an issue with the restaurant, then they should get a discount code from the restaurant saying this happened to my food. The driver gets paid, but the restaurant has a discount code applied.
I would say Uber has pinned the driver and the customer together. They have pinned us against them. I've noticed over the past year, we have been always mean. Well, not mean, but we have not been nice with the passenger, and the passenger has not been nice with us. Uber screws the passenger, and they think it's us. It's our fault, and it's like, no, it's not me. Like I lost out on a tip because Uber did something to the app which canceled the trip, and then they rebooked it with me again, and the customer thought it was me. I was like, no, it's not. It's not me. I didn't do anything with it, and I ended up getting a 3-star from that. So
I'm gonna tell you how you can re-rate somebody. I just go to the trip I just did because I did it to a Uber Eats customer. Go to the trip, open the trip. There's a little question mark in the top corner. Hit that question mark. Go down to rude customer or something like that. It's something you can say, rate customer. You can hit that, put rude customer, go through it, put it all the way back down to 1 star. And when you hit it, it says your re-rating has been approved or something like that. But I got a video about it on my channel because I got tip baited, or I got baited one time with a guy who gave me the wrong directions. And so I just left the food where he gave me the directions to, which wasn't his place. Not my problem. He needs to change his stuff. So since he screwed me on the tip, I went back to and re-rated him as a 1 star by going into the trip and hitting that question mark and calling him a rude passenger.
They shouldn't do that. That's not kosher, bro. I mean, DoorDash, why doesn't DoorDash do it, right? Why doesn't Grubhub do it? They don't do it. Why only Uber Eats? I don't get it.
Yep, exactly.
That ride that I took in Georgia, that was actually the first time that I did Jeff's hack of 1 starring. It was that was the first one I got after I watched his video.
He was like,
and I went right in there. I was like, dislike, horrible delivery. I was anything I could do to let them know like this was terrible.
Bro. Yeah, and hopefully that shows up on their actual account, even their driver account, because it should pull their number down. Because if it allows you to re-rate, they should go from a 5-star down to like a 4.91 or something. I don't know because I don't see the other
And
side
people
of it.
second guess whether they want to do the order.
Yeah,
Like, stop
exactly.
trying
And
to do the
sometimes
order.
when I see 4.7s and 4.8s, I don't deal with
Yeah.
those people because it's too low of a
Mm.
star rating. I'm like, you doing something wrong to get that many low ratings. So I'm not screwing with you.
You know, the
Yeah.
only ones that I deal with that is when I used to drive a lot more. I would go to LAX, right? It'd be like a great 3x trip to Hollywood from LAX. It'd be like, or downtown, it'll be like $80, right? And I would get like this 456 passenger, right? All the drivers would be like, nope, 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 nope. And then I go, I'll take it. You know why? The first thing that when the guy walked in my car, I go, are you either from New York or Philadelphia? Which one are you? He goes, I'm a
Amen.
New Yorker.
Yeah. New
Because
Yorker.
New York drivers are brutal on the passengers. They
Brutal.
just smash them, bro.
Absolutely
They
brutal.
smash them. I used to take
Oh,
all the
brutal.
450s while all drivers go, no, I'm not going to put that in my car. I'm like, I knew, by the way, there were like 4 planes coming from New York, and one of these 450s is going to be a New Yorker. And they're
Yeah.
great people, but they just got hammered in New York by their Uber drivers.
Yeah.
When
I can
That's
see
I
it,
was
man.
driving,
right there. That's a
when
tip
I
right
was
there.
driving X and used to work the airports, it took me about a good year to figure it out because I was like, dude, if you're under 4.7, you're not riding, right? And then
Yeah.
I started taking, I started learning. New York is hard on their
Hard.
riders.
They're just
Hard,
smash their
hard.
hard
So
riders, bro.
if I'm at the airport and it comes across 4.4,
Yep.
4.5,
Yep.
4.6,
New Yorker.
and I already know where the flights are coming. I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's gonna be good. I'm gonna get a $20 tip out of this
Yep.
because
Yep.
I picked him up quick. No
Yep.
delay, no cancellations.
Yep. That's right.
And you got his bags for him. See,
Yeah.
most people
Yeah.
and people crack me up when
I don't
I
let
get
nobody
out at their house and I'm getting out to get their bags. They be like, the other driver didn't get our bags. I'm like, some people are lazy.
Yeah, because I don't want you to
Yeah.
scratch my car. That's why.
Yeah, you're damn
Exactly.
right.
I would be messing up my
Damn
And
right.
car.
that's one of the things when I get bags or somebody's coming up to my car with bags. I usually don't go up to their door, but I will take their bags once they come to the curb. Because I don't want to be responsible for you dragged it through this, blah 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 blah. So
Yeah.
when they get to my
I
car,
don't like to hit
I don't
it.
want you scratching
They'll swing that. They'll
any
swing
part
that
of the 70
toothpaste like
grand.
this and be like, damn.
Yeah, and they will take it and slam it right on the edge and then push it back. And I'm like, no. So I open it myself. I put the bags in my. They're like, oh, thank you. I'm like, no, thank you. Please come take your bags. Put it in the back of my car because I don't.
I mean, my
I
car
don't want
is
you
coming to the point where I'm gonna start tucking the person into their seat, strapping their seatbelt on for them, making sure it's gonna come to that point. Like
I
this
wrap your
driver,
hands.
he put me in my seat, he strapped my seatbelt on for me and everything. It's like, yeah, I want you to share my
Yeah,
car.
somebody left a White Claw can in the door. You know, it's open. The last few drops are in there and everything, so it's gonna get the smell and everything's gonna get stuck. Like, how inconsiderate of a passenger do you have to be just throwing trash in somebody's car?
Hey,
So I'm like, all right.
when I see White Claw still left in the back, I just let the next passenger know, hey, you got a free beverage back there.
Well, you got a can. You got a can.
So Buddha says he took a girl from LAX to Santa Monica with a 3.7. Her
Good
reason
old days, bro. Good old days.
we're trying to get at her, and she'd be like, no. Well, was she good looking? I hope she was good looking. That enough dudes trying to get at her because 3.7?
Yeah, if you're at a 3.7, I don't know.
3.7?
Those are the days that you get to 3.7, and if it's a tourist, there's 5 ways to go to Santa Monica. So you go 105, 405, 10 freeway.
Chapo,
Get that time, rack that time.
I'm saying it'd be like, yo, okay, let's go.
Chapo. Oh
Yeah,
my
man.
God.
But
Chapo.
those days are gone. Reminisce 3.7. Oh my God, that's like a $70 trip for an 8
100 over
Oh,
100.
Yeah.
Oh. And Sergio says he's gonna meet you at the meet and greet.
I don't know your real name, but I'm sure you'll introduce yourself because I can't call you Buddha in front of all those people.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Buddha
Oh,
sounds
wow.
Buddha
Buddha said she was 100 out of 100.
Okay, I'm gonna leave in a minute, but here, bro. Oh, well, 100 is definitely 3.7.
No. Wait. But here's the question then: when she got out, when you dropped her off, was she 3.8 or 3.6?
Exactly.
Ah.
They holler at us. Yeah.
Aha.
Fredo.
Oh, okay. His name is Alfredo, so you'll know him when
Alfredo.
you
All
see
right,
him.
Alfredo. See you Friday, bud. Just stop by. You'll see me with my name tag on if you can't tell who I am.
You know who
But
Alfredo is because he'll be
Wear one of
walking
my
around
swag
with that.
shirts.
He'll
But
be
You
I'm
know
walking
gonna
exactly.
around with
I'm
that
gonna
Mercedes
actually
100.
look like Brad Pitt on Friday because I have Ibiza looks coming on Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like Uber runs their numbers. I'm going like,
Oh,
yeah, there you go. So,
I'll do it.
I should have told you to put unbroken driver on the front underneath. That would have
yeah,
been sick.
Right. You're right.
whatever.
See?
Bring it. Okay, so I'm gonna say one thing. I gotta leave because my wife is yelling at me. So here's the deal. There is a driver that I got an email from. He said, I'm gonna come. I go, great. Here's the ticket. Go get it. And he goes, I got it already. I go, okay. The guy goes, I'm gonna start driving Monday. I go, the event's not until Friday. Why are you starting driving Monday? This is true. I'm gonna take pictures and we're gonna post it. Okay, he started driving Monday. He's coming from Syracuse, New York to
Oh,
Herbivore. Not Jeff. If he's coming from Syracuse, New York, there's no excuse for you not to show up.
Oh, I'm
You ain't
coming now,
lying
man. I'm
about
bringing
that.
all 3 of my dogs with me.
Okay,
I'm
so
coming.
now I told this to Harry. I go, Harry, the guy's coming. Can we like put him up somewhere, give him a little bit of gift or something? I mean, the guy is like driving 6 days to show up. The guy goes, are you sure he's not like a stalker? But are you gonna wear your like flat jacket? Because he's gonna come to shoot your ass probably. I'm going like, I don't want to die. I don't want to die that day. I want to die the next day, maybe even on that day. So if I'm not around on next Tuesday show, you guys will hear it in the news that I got shot. So you know.
Oh,
latest
God.
picture of
Sure.
Sergio
That's the one.
from the
Now,
Syracuse
where your dash cam?
where's my dash cam? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think dash cam is going to do
tonight
anything.
on Inside Edition.
Yeah.
Oh,
How it is this driver named Sergio.
Damn, man. I'm scared, bro. I'm scared. I go like, shit, why are you coming from all the way to Syracuse? It's not that interesting, bro. All right, see you, Joe.
Well,
There's another one. There you go. We're all gonna be there. We're all gonna hang out, have a good time. And then one guy's coming from Chicago, by the way, I forgot. He goes, I have 3 miles. I'm like, why are you people coming from New York and Chicago? I go like, I don't get it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you got bodyguards
Thank you,
now.
guys.
Look at you
Thank
got
you.
you got
bodyguards.
Much
bodyguards now,
appreciated.
Sergio.
Thank you, guys.
I'm like,
So-
who's that dude with
See ya,
the flat jacket
Sergio.
with all these guys walking around him? That's Sergio. He's got a stalker.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, have y'all seen that clip on YouTube Shorts or on
Who's that?
Instagram? The older Spanish dude with the glasses, he got the fedora on, he's got the old G gangster clothes on, and he's dancing and he's doing
Oh, with the brown suit on,
yeah. That's gonna be Sergio.
I'm telling you,
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna
No,
be Sergio.
I don't think any CEO will talk to me if I dress like that day. I'll be
Getting
like,
down.
what the heck? Who's this loser here? I'm like,
and put him
no.
up in like a 1964 Lincoln Continental with suicide doors, big white
That's
walls
right.
on.
We'll show up in style, and then get out.
Jeff, now you're talking my language.
See, I'm telling you, that's the kind of car
Now
I'm
you're
gonna be
talking about
Ubering
like
right there. Hey, if
little
Uber
pump
allowed
out
cars
front.
like that, imagine getting a
And then
57
back-
Chevy
drop the
pulling up to your
back
house to pick you up.
Oh man, we're nowhere near Andrew Tate. Come on now. Well, see, the other guy has the right idea. Rolando says Uber hiring hitman. That could be a possibility. Holy crap,
Probably get us- This video will not be available tomorrow, sorry, folks. There will be some type of shadow painting taking place now. We're getting deep here with the tinfoil.
Uber's hiring
Oh,
hitman.
man.
Yeah, Uber jail.
Oh
They're gonna be
Lord,
like, we got a
I'm
special
scared.
delivery
I'm
for
really scared.
Sergio. It's a 14-inch.
No, actually, you know what? I'll just take my piece. How about that? Huh? There you go. I'll just take my.
Yeah,
All
they're gonna torture you, Sergio. They're gonna torture you because like, you gotta take this ride, and then you're gonna take this one.
No,
You can't
you know
cancel.
what?
You can't cancel. You gotta take that
This
one
is
too.
hilarious. You know what? There is this Business Insider journalist, Nancy Luna, right? She emails me. She goes, "Are you going to be there?" I go, "Yeah, I'm going to be there." I goes, "Great to see you again." She goes, "Can we go do a couple of Uber Eats rides with you?" I go, like, "Huh?" I'm going like, I go like, what? During the event? She goes, yeah, can we do it? Because I'm so fascinated. I go like, there's nothing fascinating about it. I'm just going to pick up the food and drop off the food. And in downtown LA with the high rises, there's not a goddamn chance I'm doing Uber Eats with you. It's not going to happen.
You know, getting the car, gonna be a
I
McDonald's bag.
get, listen, no, Sergio, do it, do it. But you gotta record it.
Nah, I do it for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do it, and you gotta record it.
No, actually, I wanted to Uber Eats with the head of Uber Eats in my car. I go, let's see what we go through here. Sit your ass down here.
While you're doing it,
Yeah.
pull up Kiera's ebook and say, we're going to use chapter 3 for this one.
Exactly. I go, yeah, go read this. Like,
Yeah, where it says 28th floor. Hell no, we won't go.
hell no, we won't go. Right, yeah.
Chapter 7, running from Rottweilers. Chapter 7. This is how you get
Right?
jump on top of that car and over that fence. You've securely made it back to your car.
Yeah.
You ain't lying about
exactly.
that. All right, y'all.
Peace.
It's 11:15. We're gonna wrap this thing up like we always do. Sergio's out. I think he's out. Are you staying for the final tip?
Well, no, yeah. I mean, how much
Well,
longer
we'll
do
let
have
you go first. We'll let you go first. You know
With
how
what?
we do. We send everybody off with a tip of the night.
Oh,
Tip
Yeah.
of the
oh,
week.
well,
Go.
I'm just gonna, I have nothing prepared, so I'm gonna say, come to Herbivore. Come on now, come on down.
There you go.
Come rub elbows with all these guys. Know how businesses. I mean, seriously, actually, it's an event that you can network quite a bit. Okay,
That's
you're
what I'm
gonna
doing.
have
I got
other drivers, but once you start networking, you don't know where things are gonna end up. There's a lot of good stuff happening, so please come on down. Not for me, but come for the event, come for the networking, come for meeting great people like yourselves, and have fun together. Let's go.
That's it. Y'all, if y'all are in California, LA, man, y'all go ahead down there.
Anywhere in California, let's go.
It's on
Because
Friday,
Sergio
right?
is right. You never know who you're gonna meet, and
You
you
don't
never
know.
know what opportunities might present themselves. So go in with an open mind, talk to these people. Maybe somebody will actually pull you to the side and say, hey, you know what? We really do give a shit. And what's your opinion on this? Because at the end of the day, bro, I promise you this. Lyft does not want to go out of business.
Nope.
Uber does not want to struggle to show their shareholders they can turn a profit. They don't want to do that. And right now they need us no matter what. So there you go.
All right, see you guys. Thank you.
All right,
Serge,
Serge.
see you,
Easy,
brother.
brother. Thank you again.
Well, we'll see. If I'm not around by Tuesday, you guys know all what happened. Okay. There you
You're not around on Tuesday. I'm flying out with you.
go. And Syracuse Hitman got me. That's it.
Oh, Syracuse or New York?
Syracuse, bro. New York. That's New York.
Syracuse is in
Syracuse,
New
New
York.
York.
Oh, okay. Syracuse, New York. Okay.
Not
Austin or Texas? Which part are you talking about?
Goddamn Texans.
he got me. He got me good. That's it.
You said Syracuse or New York? It's like Austin or Texas. What are you talking about?
This is what happens, Eddie, when you watch a lot of blue lines and red lines. This is what happens.
Hey.
He got it. Oh my God.
Right at the end, I got him. See you guys.
All right.
I'll see you, Sergio.
Hey,
Oh
Eddie
my
is
God.
Eddie was like, that shit wasn't funny, man. What are y'all laughing at? That shit was not funny. What are y'all laughing at?
I'm looking to see where Syracuse is in New York.
Bro, it's awesome. It's awesome. I love it when Sergio comes on. Man, we just get a good vibe going in here.
Man,
I love all the people that
hilarious.
come in.
And
and
he hit us
support
up with that
here.
behavioral. Man, I'm telling you, man, all those videos I made, and for this guy to go find a behavioral scientist that is saying, and he's never seen
No, you missed it, Jeff.
know
You
what's
missed it.
going on.
He didn't go seek out that professor. That
Yeah,
professor
he came to him.
him.
Yeah, he said he's been watching him for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I read the article that he was talking about, right? I read the article like a month ago when he sent it to me. And I was like, and I'm telling you, I went right back to my childhood when my daddy said, listen, son, they're only going to pay you enough to keep you coming back tomorrow. That's all they're going to do.
Yep.
And it's, God damn, it's so true, man.
If you got $1 million, you're not showing up to work tomorrow. Because why would you? You have enough resources. So why would you show up to work tomorrow? Like I see people, well, if I hit the lottery, I'm still going to work. Well, you stupid. Because if I hit
You
the
ain't
lottery,
lying.
I'm calling the moment I get the fact that, hey, I'm not coming in tomorrow.
Oh.
What about a 2-week notice?
Calling.
A 2-second notice. It's like,
Who the
I'm
hell
not
calling?
coming.
Ain't nobody calling.
No,
Ain't nobody
like
calling.
I'm gonna need you as a reference for another job. I got 200 million
bro.
bucks.
I ain't calling nobody.
Yeah, with it.
I got to go get my money, man.
I know.
Hell.
I got bronchitis.
And before I go collect the check, I done changed my phone number, moved my mailing address to a P.O. box,
Hell
and
yeah.
changed my last name to Smith.
Exactly.
Joe Smith. That's my goddamn name.
It's like, because when you got that money, you
Man,
out.
shit.
Yeah, and
My
that's why
kids
companies
wouldn't
want
even
to
know I
keep
got
us
that bread.
broke. Companies want to keep us broke because it keeps us on the road for as long
Hey.
as they possibly can.
That's it.
They know if they cap you out at $200 a day, then they're gonna keep you on the road for 6-7 days straight. That's why you got to drive smarter, more efficiently. You can make so much more money in a day
100%.
if you learn how to decline and wait on the good stuff. Don't be
You
out
have
there,
to.
don't be out there doing the dumb rides because that's what they want you to do to keep you driving.
Amen.
It ain't worth it. It
All
ain't
right.
worth it.
So is that your tip for the night, Jeff?
That's my tip. Let's do it. That's it. That's
Eddie,
it.
come on, Eddie. Since Syracuse is in like Massachusetts somewhere. What you got for
I'm
us tonight?
sorry, I haven't
You
been in New
lived in New
York.
York.
I
I know
haven't been to New York in over 25 years.
And you know, a plate tectonics is like shit moves apart. So Syracuse and New York are now in two different hemispheres.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Where's
There's
Syracuse
nothing.
at?
I mean,
It's over near the UK now.
when the tree went on fire, I was like, "What Christmas tree?" You know? And I was like, "Oh, what?"
Said, what Christmas?
Like what Christmas tree? And when the homeless guy set the tree on fire, I was like, "What Christmas tree are they talking about? It's such a big deal. There's so many Christmas trees over there."
I know.
And it was the one in the middle of the city.
Uh-oh. The Para app helps me out with that. Drive smarter. There we go. We got it. We got a Para user.
Hey, there
All
you
right.
go. And like I said,
Brendan supporter.
it'll decline all the crap for you. It'll decline the
When
crap.
you are almost, you know what? I sent him the invite twice now. I still ain't heard from the cat. I don't know where he's at. I hope he's making a boatload of money though. I really do. Hopefully he'll be back. He'll be back with us. Sure.
He probably bought a boat. He traded in his cars and bought a boat. So he's making a boatload of money, actually.
There you go. When you are almost, bro, this isn't
He's on Lake Michigan right now doing Uber rides back and forth.
Bro, Ron, well, Ron's not here, but he would tell you, they tried to start Uber boat down here.
Nuh-uh. I
Yeah,
would do it. I would do it.
because we got the intercoastal. So you could ride from Boca all the way down to Key Biscayne if you wanted to, right?
Yeah.
Which is a
would
nice
do it.
stretch. That's a 3-county stretch through the intercoastal. And they was trying to get Uber boat. And Australia had Uber sub, right? Uber submarine.
Nuh-uh.
What?
Man,
Bro,
they doing
look it up.
shit.
Look
You
it
not
up.
gonna have Uber
Look it up.
rocket coming out.
Uber submarine. They wanted to do Uber submarine in Australia. I
You
bullshit
want a
you.
rocket ride? Uber rocket?
And y'all thought Uber chopper or Uber copter was impressive.
Shit, I'm finna buy a
The
horse and get
submarine blew
Uber
me
pony
away.
going, man. Let's do Uber pony. I'm gonna have motherfuckers riding horses all around the block.
Yep.
Elvin says when you're almost to pick up an Uber X ride and then you get a Lyft Lux and you cancel them, move to the Lux instead. It's
I
priceless.
do it all the time, man.
I do it too.
Yep.
That's why my cancellation rate was low last time, and I didn't get the whole diamond status, whatever thing.
Move smarter. Move smarter.
All right, Eddie, what's your tip for the week?
Oh, get my ebook, okay? For ride sharing. All right, and if you're not ride sharing and you're doing Uber Eats, then get Kiki's Uber Eats book, okay? Tip, go for it.
How to outrun Rottweilers.
There you
Page
go.
4.
Steven, what you got, Steven? What you got, House?
To go piggyback off of what Sergio was talking about, going to different events, take advantage of your opportunity to talk about some of the other things you're interested in, as well as, rideshare could be one thing. Maybe you make a new contact, but you might make a contact that's into some of the passions that you're into and some of the goals that you're working on. So, and all of a sudden you make a new contact and now you got a collaborator. So really take it serious when you meet up with people in different places or maybe in a higher position in something that you might be interested in, and share your, be careful about how you share your ideas. Obviously, you don't want to get snaked out of an idea, but talk some of your interests, and it might turn into a collaboration.
I like it.
100%. Always go into those meetings with an open mind, bro. You have to.
Yep.
You have to have an open mind at all times.
Oh,
All right.
Hey,
Kiara, what you got there, Miss Queen tonight? So glad to have you back with us.
I'm back. I'm
About
back.
time.
Welcome back.
Eddie.
Oh, you didn't think we were all going to be nice, did you?
Yeah,
No.
no, what the hell?
What up, I Am Designs, my man? Hey, I Am
So
Designs is the one guy who gave me that quote that I always say now. When people like you, they want to see you win. He's the guy that came up with that quote, and I say it all the time now. I even tell people when I'm driving in the car with them, hey, when people like you, they want to see you win. So when
Amen to
somebody
that.
don't like you, now you know who they are.
exactly.
And we trying to see Kiera win. We like
Thank
Kiera. We trying to see her win.
Thank you guys. I'm trying.
All
And I
right, so
hope to
what's the
see you
tip?
guys win as well. So my tip would be I don't know if any other driver has done this, but I have. Have you ever forgotten to give the customer their drink, like you didn't get it at the restaurant or they forgot to give it to you or whatever? I've always been like, when I was first doing it, I would notice that they would take my tip off if I didn't say contact the restaurant, like put it on the restaurant and don't put it on yourself that you forgot the drink. Like they don't know that you actually forgot it. Put it on the restaurant. And also, Uber does give customers, they have the option to say that they forgot an item, and Uber not only pays them back for the drinks that they forgot, but they also give them a $5 credit on their next order. So I'll straight up tell them that. And I'll say,
Right.
oh my God, I think the restaurant forgot to give me the drink. Not that I forgot it. And but go on the app and request that they forgot your drink, and they'll give you the money back for the drinks and a $5 credit. I've done it before myself, and they're like, oh my God, thank you. And my tip
Wow.
never changes.
That's good information to
So
know.
Yeah,
that's my tip for the night.
there you go.
That's
That's one way to
the tip.
save yourself
That's money in your
a
pocket.
bad rating. And yeah,
Yep.
and you can
Bad
give them
rating or a possible like pull your tip.
Yeah. I mean, you just
'Cause
gave people money in their pocket. This is what that ebook is about. Money in your pocket. That's what it's
money
all
in your
about.
pocket. Yep.
That's it. And then I guess for my simple tip, just follow your heart, be smart, work smarter, not harder. We all get our bag the way we get our bag. Some markets don't do as well as other markets. And something I've been seeing in my videos, people, I guess I need to be more. I need to repeat it more that I drive the upper platform, not the X platform anymore. But listen, we all got to get our bag. However you get it, you get it. Just be smart about it, and understand that this shit's part time, bro. This
It
shit ain't
is.
gonna be here in 5 years. You don't want to be 50 years old and a taxi driver or 60 years old and a taxi driver. Make your money, pay your bills, pull yourself up out of whatever situation you're in. And then because I know nobody's graduating from high school and college and saying I want to be an Uber driver. I just don't see that. So fund your goals, fund your dreams, and pivot into other things, man, while you can, shit.
And
All
I'm
right,
gonna
y'all.
compound
That's what
what
we're gonna
Vinny
do
said.
tonight.
I'm gonna compound what you said, Vinny, because I picked up a guy from the bar last night, and he used to be an Uber driver. He was just at the bar hanging out with friends and everything. He was an Uber driver up to the point where he got T-boned. Somebody T-boned him, knocked him out of his car. They paid the car and everything else, but he said after that it scared him so much he didn't want to drive anymore. He's been Ubering ever since. So, like I said, this is a part-time thing. It could be one car accident away from your career and driving being over. You're one car accident away. So stack money, drive smarter right now. So you've got
Right.
higher profit margins. Stack that money to the side because the day may come when you get sideswiped and you may say, you know what, I'm done. At least you got enough money to sit on for a while until you figure out your next endeavor. Don't be living paid like check to check, week to week, ride to ride as if you're an employee. You're a business owner. Choose the smarter rides. Don't choose the dumb rides. Stack profit margins. That's what we're trying to do here.
Green
it.
line over the yellow line. Yeah.
Advice from Eddie.
I can't. I can't.
Eddie got problems.
Oh God, Eddie, what I'm gonna do with you, bro? By the way, if
We just need all sound
anybody,
clips of Eddie's advice.
so I'm gonna plug this in there. I know a lot of people come here for the rideshare, but if you choose to, you can join us every morning. We come on about 9:25 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eddie and I do a little trading online. using Weeble, and it's a serious thing now. Don't get it twisted. We're not up in the morning because we want to sit there and entertain people. Like, and we got a little friendly thing going on there. So if you're interested in learning about trading, hey, come join us in the morning. We're on Eddie's channels. My other channel will be live next Monday. I'll start that channel going live. But yeah, come check us out because listen, I ain't trying to do this forever, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
Nope.
this is my social interaction. It helps me pay a few bills, but believe me, I can go the other way real quick in a hurry. And so yeah, check us out every morning, Monday through Friday. We're doing that. All right, y'all.
Oh, and then a word from Ron. Okay.
Where's Kiki?
Oh my gosh.
There's that album cover.
Okay. The best advice a GM guy can give you guys.
That band played at Woodstock. I remember.
Where's Ron? I can't believe he's gone.
All right, we're gonna end this stream up. Everybody put up their goofy faces. I'm getting ready to start the music. Hey, appreciate everybody coming tonight. Appreciate
Oh,
y'all
yeah.
scanning the codes for the Uber Eats
That's it.
book from Kiera
Melly Mel,
and
my man. King James.
Eddie's ebook for driving. And we will see y'all next week. Be
That's
safe.
right. That's right.
Peace.